my channel, my channel, my content, my channel, my content, my channel, my content. Go ahead, Austin.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Hey.
Make sure everybody can hear us. I'm sure we're good. My volume looks good here.
Nice.
So, first time from the facility. Not bad.
See how it goes.
Yeah. Don't jinx us, man.
No, that's
If shit fucks up, we're blaming this guy.
Oh, when you poke. Oh, what again?
I did a live yesterday for Patreon for over about just over 2 hours from here. It was fine. And that was on Wi-Fi. I'm actually plugged in now. So we should be golden. How you doing, Miri?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good, good. Anyone who doesn't know, introduce yourself.
I am Miri Sydney from MSB Reptiles.
Ba-bam.
And very happy to be here.
Awesome. Good to have you. It's going to be sort of interesting. Zach is the one that pointed me out to you. I've seen you before. I was previously following you on Facebook, not Instagram, but Facebook. I don't know how long. I just follow a lot of people, so don't feel special. So what happened was I've seen you a few other times on, Chris Eaton, Snakes and the Fat Man, when he does the Zoom. And then when Zach reached out to me, and it's like, oh yeah, and I've seen and heard you from other places. It's like, oh yeah, she's in the Monarch, and it's funny because Zach's the ultramel guy. So is this guy, fucking Mr. Ultramel here, and Zach. It's like, what the hell? So you're a Monarch girl. Do you have any ultramel?
No. That's a dig on Zach, by the way. Yeah. No, I definitely liked Monarch a little bit better, so dove right into it.
Cool. So, I saw it a while back. I know, Liz and Kyle from, KE Royal Reptiles. Shout out to them if they're in the building. If not, shout out anyways. I know that they work with it and they got some stuff. And, of course, Tom Harbin.
Of course, yes.
Now explain to everybody how you got into it, where you got your stuff from, and basically what you're doing with it, what you have, and what made you really, go pretty heavily into it.
I ended up seeing Monarch on Wharf Market a long time ago. I hadn't got into it initially when I first started breeding, but it was definitely something that I wanted to put into my collection and see where that went, because it wasn't really heavily worked with. It still isn't yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody gets to do with it. First time I saw it, the name stuck out to me because being from California, I don't know if a lot of people know Monterey Bay is huge with the monarch butterflies. And so it was always something that was, regardless of like the ball pythons and whatnot, the name just stuck out, and I just happened to love how it looked. Fast forward, I ended up talking to Rance, and who founded the Gene, and messaged him, got a pair of pastel hets, and got those. I had those for about 6 months before I had the opportunity to completely buy him out of his collection. So he offered that to me. It took me a little bit, but I busted my butt and just did what I could to get it, because it was something that I was really passionate about. And ever since then, it's blown up. I got them in 2019, I believe. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and you're not really new. Which was surprising. I didn't really, I'm not really on social media, searching, but I do go on and I do see people, especially people that post or people that make stuff and share, and it's like, oh my God, did you see what that made? No, and you check it
Yeah,
out, and
right.
you know, you always have your personal favorites where you go to. And it's like, oh my God, what are they making? Oh my God, did they hit it? Like, it's always suspenseful. But you know, when I spoke to you prior to getting you on the show, you've been doing this for quite a while. Well, not quite a while, but you know, it's not like you're, oh my God, I've just been doing this for a year or two. You've
Right.
actually been quite successful, and get into that a little bit.
Yeah, I started this a long time ago. I've always owned snakes ever since I was little, like a lot of people have. My first snake was a California king snake, and got when I used to live in California, so I'm from California. That's where I started all this, and kind of got into researching the breeding as I was able to put money into it. I've been doing this professionally, I guess you could say, about 6 years ago. That's when I started buying a lot of females to raise up and get to going. So
That's awesome. So how many clutches did you have last year?
I had about 25.
And
And
this
this
year?
year I anticipate about 45. this
See,
year.
bam, double, almost double. That's great. I love seeing that.
I'm trying.
Oh, that's good. So what do you have to say? I know you're sitting there in your chair, Austin, going, oh, man, you know, oh.
Monarch's cool, but it doesn't beat ultramel.
What is that? So when you speak to Zach, what does he say? Is he like fucking, I know he loves ultramel. And you know, so do I. I mean, I have a lot of it, and I like working with it, but I haven't really seen too much, like you said. Monarch's out there, but it's not really worked a lot. So there's
Right.
going to be, I feel, I mean, it's totally different palette, the colors, the deeper tones. I mean, you're going to see some stuff, and I feel that way with freeway and highway. There's some highway stuff that I can't make with freeway unless I add 2 or 3 other genes to get that color, to soften it or whatever. So there's going to be highway genes or highway combos that I like better than the freeway version, and vice versa. And I feel that's the same way. You're going to see that where, you know, there's going to be always pro ultramel and pro Monarch, but it's like, fuck, man, that ultramel clown looks pretty. I think I like it a little bit better than the Monarch clown, and then vice
I agree
versa.
100%. Yeah, there's always going to be something that works better in some other way with a different gene. And I mean, I have never worked with ultramel, so I'm totally biased on Monarch. And if somebody shows me an ultramel something that looks better than a Monarch something, I'll full blown admit it.
Yeah, and another thing too is there's a lot of things that people like better than others. I mean, I like what freeway does. I like the boldness, the contrast. I like the deeper, richer colors. Right. Some people don't. They like the highway brings and the highway patterns and the softness, and it's a different palette. Not everyone has to like the same thing. You know, I like the way this looks. Some people don't. They like the way the other looks. And I'm like, man, no, that's ugly. And it's like, no, yours is ugly. And it's like, if we could fight back and forth, we're never going to change each other's mind. So why bother? Just do what you love to do, like what you like, and fucking, that's it. Keep going. Mm-hmm. But I am looking forward to seeing even ultramel. I mean, I have a lot of ultramel, but I even think that hasn't been explored to, like, I mean, I don't think any gene has, but, you know, clown, there's been a lot of clown combo stuff. Like, you've seen clown and pied combos. We still have so much more to do, but that's more mainstream than, you know, ultramel and even Monarch. So I'm excited to see what combos, you know, moving forward are really going to just, you know, blow us all out of the water. And then we're going to get that into pied and clown also, right?
Yeah.
So, So now looking behind you, those are ARS?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got the hybrid series. I'm loving these. I'm definitely wanting to get more into just the all metal, which I would prefer, but it was what I could do at the time. And now I'm trying to build a facility and get all this higher than what it is. So
it's like the clear tubs, man. I've seen them once. Well, I guess he was saying, oh, and they're also coming in clear acrylic. And I'm like, what? It actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm like favorable to the clear. Maybe, well, I am getting into some venomous very slowly. So that kind of helps instead of having a totally opaque tub and having that like come at your face and
don't know where they are. Don't know where they are. Just open up a tub and hopefully they're at the back. Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
How do you find them when, I know some of my ball pythons, when I used to have, years ago, I used to have my hatchlings in clear tubs, melamine, before I said, you know what, I'm going all ARS. I would walk by and you'd hear doof, doof, doof,
Yep.
doof. It happens with those ones there as well?
Yeah, I do have some opaque tubs, even with just me walking by them, and even with those, they end up doing the same thing. I don't think it just,
Dates.
yeah, they're not the smartest of
No,
animals.
ball pythons, most snakes, animal. I mean, even us humans. I mean, we're not all, great up there.
Oh, yeah.
So anything goes on in the chat, Austin, anything crazy, super chat, you let us know. And especially fucking the Leaf update, score. Because our Leafs are playing game fucking 7, do or die. Oh, it's been 2004 since we made it to second round. So this is like 17 years in the making. We had 2 overtime, game 5, game 6. We fucking shit
Game
the
7
bed.
was a joke.
Oh.
Ruined.
So please, Leafs, come on, baby.
We got a super chat, eh?
Okay, well,
Hey,
you
Sam.
tell us. Who's that? From Jason.
Yeah, Morph Mixology. Sup, guys? Gonna have Miri on in a couple of weeks so we can go rounds about Monarch / ultramel. Can't wait.
Oh yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things where, I mean, I get it. I mean, I can see the difference. They're not the same. They're 2 different things. They're recessive. They will both have their purpose. They will both have people that love them more than the other. It's like that with many, 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 many genes, and it's not going to be the last. So get used to it. Just everyone, you don't have to like ultramel. You don't have to like Monarch. You don't have to like either of them. You could say fuck both of them, and it's still cool. Just do what you like. Oh, I have to get into this gene because everyone else is. No, you don't. It's that simple. It's pretty damn simple. But ultramel. Did I say that? Oh, excuse me.
Oh,
Get out of here.
Yeah, no. So the thing is a lot of people too, when you get into a gene, so when I got into ultramel, Monarch wasn't really mainstream, wasn't even really there. And then when I wanted to get into something, it's like, oh, there's, nothing really available. And then you see ultramel and it's like, you know what? You jump in. So now I'm ultramel heavy. I got a lot of projects going. I've got breeder females. I got a lot of 3 gene. I've got double recessive visuals with ultramel. So I'm sort of committed. But now moving forward, I can start picking up and getting into Monarch, and start adding that and doing different things with it. But a lot of people, if you're not invested, if you're like, hey, what do I need to do? Should I get into ultramel? Should I get into Monarch? Do some research, look at some pictures, see what you like. There's no wrong answer. Most people like myself won't get into it right away because, like I said, I'm so invested. I've got, 40, 50 animals that are visual or head or, in ultramel. So to me, it doesn't really make sense. But you getting into a project new when you have nothing, there's nothing of you committed to anything, just pick what you like. I got to get this because this person has it. Please don't. Get it because you like it. See what it does. So many people just follow the lead, and it's not a good thing to do. Definitely not. So, what's Paul saying?
he's talking about calling me Skippy or Skip.
So yeah, if Austin actually came by today, and we did a couple podcasts for Patreon, Down to Business, MC Down to Business. So it was cool because, he crutched in. I got a little bit of footage for, next YouTube Tuesday, Sunday, behind the scenes. But yeah, he's looking chipper. He's getting around. Another week or so, he should be almost back. Well, you're supposed to wean off those crutches now, right?
Yeah, on Wednesday.
So by next week, end of next week, we should have him back here, put him back to work. So, how was your trip out to oh my
Maritas.
Lord, sorry,
Marita
and JD? Yeah, I always think everything tarantula, like tarantula's behind me. I'm always like, is it the crazy? Is it the sexy tarantula? Is it what? You know what I mean? It's the names, yeah. Marita and
It's
JD.
it's always an amazing time going out there. They're amazing friends, and we always have a blast, especially going herping since we're actually there for the season.
And you got quite a you saw quite a bit of animals too.
Yeah, I've been looking for the blacktails, the Crotalus ornatus, and that's probably my lifer for sure for South Texas, but still can't find it. So and we ended up finding a bunch of like house geckos and tarantulas and scorpions, all kinds of insects. Found I had no idea that they had what they call click bugs. They're almost like the Western version of a lightning bug, and I got so excited when I saw it flying around there. I'm like, oh my god, I haven't seen one of those since I was on the East Coast.
And what do they light up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they make this weird clicking sound, and I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it. I imagine it has to do with something with their wings, and they make the sound and they start to glow. It's just really cool.
Wow, pretty cool. Yeah. Wouldn't that make it more attractive for other or easier for other animals that want to come eat it? It's like,
I don't know.
You know? Or might scare them away. Like, what the fuck is this thing? I ain't touching it. You touch it. I ain't eating that. Like,
it was entertaining to me. So
what's that?
That's all that mattered at the time.
Yeah, that's another person that I've met. I've actually been on their podcast, and I met them also through Chris Eaton on Snakes and the Fat Man and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. There's there's such a big community, and there's so many little communities within the bigger community. And I would say for the majority, most people get along, but there are some segregated little places. But I like seeing the following and the support, all the people that support us on the, it's the same group, and they're bouncing back and forth, and it's awesome. Some people, can stand Chris, but can't stand me. Some people can stand, me, and they can't stand, say, I wouldn't say that. I'd say more people could stand Brian than me. I'm talking about Cusco, right? I mean, he's just so. But I mean, it's pretty good how people, support each other and follow. And I've met so many people, through Snakes and the Fat Man and stuff like that, and follow them. I support Chris. He's an awesome guy. So it's pretty cool. I think that's where I met Zach too. More than likely.
He's all over the place.
He is, but that's a good thing. No, that's good though. I mean, it's good to be a part and support and get out there, and it's awesome.
Yeah, he's been pushing me to do a lot of this stuff, and that's probably why a lot of people are just like, oh my God, you're not new, but now you're just all of a sudden out here. And he's definitely, along with a lot of other people, have been supporting me like crazy to get me less nervous on video, and I think I'm doing a little bit better. But,
yeah, I mean, it is definitely, especially your first time. It's not easy. Oh, you just go talk on camera. It's not that easy. I mean, sometimes you got on the spot, or especially me, you'll say something that's like, or I'll say it backwards, or I don't even say it right at all. I do that all the time, and I'm just comfortable with it. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect, not even close, but I just do what I do, and some people just can't. They try it and they can't. They're just terrified. But I think the more you do it, the more you feel comfortable. And as long as you're not getting on there and being drilled, what do you do for a living? How come you did this? Why do you do that? How did you pay for this? Like, what the fuck? Like, anybody feel uncomfortable. It's like, I came on here to have a conversation and talk, not get drilled. Like, what the hell? Like, anybody be sitting there nervous. Like, but no, man, it's good to have you on. It's good to see, because I was like, you've been doing this for what, 5-6 years? What? Like, how come I haven't heard from you, seen you earlier? And it's good that you've put in the work, you're doing your thing, you've invested in yourself, you're growing. Now you're saying you're looking for a facility now too?
Yeah, I'm in the process of, I have it all built up and ready to be built. Just need to figure out a couple things first. And I've actually been trying to move out of where I'm at and just go find bigger area and land in Texas. And I'm right on the New Mexico and Texas border, and it would just open up such a huge opportunity once I do end up getting to find the land and then being able to build it that way.
Texas, huh? That's funny. Me and us were just talking about that earlier today.
Yeah.
I was actually looking in Arizona and Texas for.
I love Arizona.
Yeah, I'm actually.
Perfect.
You never know. Mutation creation just maybe coming across the border. You never know. You never know. You never know. But no, it's cool, man. So many awesome people are there, man. It should be like, it'd be nuts. You know? It's like, when you come into one of our shows, motherfucker, I'm coming to all of them now. I haven't been to them all. That'd be amazing. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I can't make it into Canada. You can make it to Texas. Come on down. You never know, man. Like, you know. So we got a bunch of super chats. I hear. I see. Damn.
That's what I do.
Yeah. See.
PD's Reptiles. What's up, everyone?
Phillip.
I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today.
Thank you, my man. Hope you are too, brother.
Then we got DMJ Reptiles. Miri, great meeting you in Texas.
Hell yeah. It was great meeting you too.
Awesome.
And then we have the Kundalini Serpent. We love the Monarch gene and have some cool clutches on the way this year. So great to see the Monarch Queen talking about this project. You guys will convert soon. Don't worry. LOL. I like purples.
I don't think I'm going to convert, but there's no way I probably will never not own one or several. 100%. Like, you know, it's one of those things where I like ultramel. I have a lot of it, and it's like Monarch would have to be so fucking incredible for me to say, okay, you know what? Let me get rid of my ultramel pieds, all my animals, all my ultramel, my Enchi ultramel, like all the. Let me just get out of it. I'm going to start all over. It's got to like glow in the dark and make me breakfast or something. It's got to be that special. So, but definitely I've seen it. I've seen some adults and I'm like, wow, like it definitely is a stunning gene. When I'm ready, I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing. I like it a hell of a lot more than the fucking sunset. You know what I mean?
Sunset's the worst.
But I eventually got a little bit of sunset, but, you know, still waiting for people to say, hey, look what it can do. So, you know, I got to wait for the big dogs, you know, Justin and Miguel and a few other people out there, you know, with some crazy sunset clown combos and, you know, real cool stuff where it's like, oh, my God, you know, now you need sunset. That's what sunset can do. So just still waiting for it.
Sunset Ultramel.
Yeah, I think that would, I mean, I think that would be stunning.
Yeah.
And then she's like, yeah, Sunset Monarch.
Yeah.
We got another super chat here from Martin Exotics. Still waiting on eggs. I paired late. It's okay.
Yeah, we're still. I mean, we just got clutches 11 and 12 down so far. But we have like over 50 or 60 gravid females. We're still pairing, so we're having a late season. I know I'm a part of Will from Royal Canadian Reptile, Will Morose. His Patreon, and he's having a late season. A lot of people are having a late season. So, you know, we're also having a late season because we didn't pair for about 2-3 months while we moved to the new facility. So that's one reason why we don't have, even with the number of animals we have. But yeah, I think a lot of people are having, you know, a late season. How's your season?
Mine's starting to like do this weird in between thing, and so I started early and now they just stopped. So I was like, oh, that's phenomenal. So I'll have a late rest of my season. Yeah,
I think a lot of people have a late season, which is okay for me because you know, we don't even have any expos, and if we do have this CRBE, I believe it's for November instead of September, so it's you know, 2 months after, if that even happens. So the later the season I have, and the expos are later in the year, I'm fine with that because I'll have some animals for it if it happens. So all I see, you know, Paul, every time you type, you can't type in caps every single time because
wants to stand out.
Yeah, but he does stand out. I'm looking, it's like, oh my God, all I see is this big letters Monarch, and you know what I mean? And I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh man, you know, you're supposed to use big caps when you're mad or you really need to, you know, express something. Fuck, he's still doing it. They're still making it. Come on, Paul. Have some, what is it called? Keyboard etiquette? Is that what it is? Or, you know? No, I look at it because it stands out. And I'm like, okay, what did they say? And all I see is this, you know, the sentence in Monarch. And I'm not even going to say what he's saying. Oh, Paul, come on, man. So, what else can we talk into? I got a lot of questions for you here as well. We'll get into the achievements of the week and shout outs and stuff like that in a little bit. Talk to me. What do you want to know? What do you want to say? What do you want to say? What do you want to tell people out there watching?
Yeah, see, that's the part where I'm like, I don't know. Honestly, it's so hard for me to like try and like represent exactly what I want like for people to see. And I'm definitely trying my hardest to like get out there and try and talk more. So that it helps me a lot when questions are asked. So
yeah,
even being drilled, it helps a little bit. So yeah. I don't know. I guess I just kind of want to talk about what people like want to ask me, because I haven't been out there enough, I think, and I need to do a better job of doing that. So as long as anybody wants to ask me something that they don't know,
okay,
then I'm happy to answer their questions.
Well, here's one for you. So since you're new to all this and stuff, and you've been around, so it's not like, hey, you bought ball pythons and, a year ago you had your first clutch. You're out there. You've made some amazing stuff. Everyone's starting to know you. You've taken this long. Do you regret going slowly and getting, some, experience and sort of finding what you like? Or do you think that, you know what, I should have done this a little sooner? And the position you're in now where, you're almost forced, like, hey, Miri, you got to come on my show. If not, me and Zach will never talk to you and the rest of the world. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so now that you're getting out there, how you feeling? I mean, are you glad you're doing this now? Do you see benefits of it? Where do you stand on all that?
Yeah, I don't regret how I've, I guess, introduced myself to the hobby. I'm a very like slow, like take the pace kind of person. I like to get a feeling for something before I really jump into it. And I think I gain a lot more, can't think of the word, experience that way. And that's how I usually take it. I am somebody who kind of needs to be pushed by some friends and told that I should get out there more. And it's really nice that the people who I have now have done that. And I wouldn't change for the world who's been telling me to do that right now. And I think that's the most important thing to me, is having the people that I do right now, because they've introduced me in a way that I needed.
Right, which is good.
Yeah. So I think finding the right people and like dipping your toe in the water once in a while for certain things and then jumping into what you feel most comfortable with is more important than just jumping into something right away and not knowing what's going to happen. Even though, I mean, you do have to do that a lot. So it wasn't in my comfort zone, and now it's starting to be, and I love it.
Yeah, and the funny thing is especially being a woman, no one's really heard of you, or you haven't really been like bam, 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 like in everyone's face until like, roughly maybe the last year. Now, because no one knows your back, like even when I talk to him, like, oh my God, you've been doing this you had how many clutches? Oh my God, last year you had what, 25? Like, oh wow. Like you, it's not like you don't know what you're doing. You've never done this. You just, I just stumbled upon this. You've been doing it quite a while. Being a woman and all, do you have people in chats or messaging you and it's like, you don't know what you're doing? And you should be like, dude, I got 4 more years experience on you, man. Like, do you find being a woman is harder breaking in to the way it is now? And say 5 years ago or 4 years ago or 3 years ago compared to like the last year and a half with COVID, with all these live streams and podcasts and stuff, do you see a big difference between the two?
I wouldn't. Well, so being a woman in this industry, it's been I've gotten like the weird chats and the guys who pay no attention to the snakes at all, and it's just straight up trying to have conversation instead of just talking snakes. And that's probably one of the hardest parts about it. Luckily, it hasn't been too much. I don't think that it's any harder. I guess it's more for personality wise versus just being a woman. to be able to like put myself out there, it has made it a little bit more difficult for me to do that just because of the thought of that. But luckily I haven't had too much of an issue with it. So
now another thing too is I haven't really creeped your Instagram profile. You know, I just actually added you, you know, the other day, but MSB. So you have two portfolios or two profiles, one for your snake business and one for your personal, which I think is great because if you put up, you know, you holding a snake, you're going to get, you know, all the riffraff coming. You're going to get people inquiring about animals. You're going to get other people that, like you said, don't even care about the animals. So it's good that you keep it personal and you keep, you know, and it sucks that you sort of have to, but I mean, it's one of those things where if I'm scrolling through, I actually think a business page is, or a business Instagram or something like that. You need both because the last thing I want to do is scroll through and I'm like, oh my God, a cool snake, cool. Okay, smoking weed. Okay, now they're doing burnouts. Oh, now they're, you know, I don't want to see, you know, what they're, you know, it's just, wow, you know. So I think
it's a great idea to keep that separate. A total reason why I have my personal one, but even to be able to pull the people who don't necessarily like the snake stuff, which there are a lot on my personal page who have like messaged me like, ew, why do you even have those things? And they'll end up going to the business page and be like, oh my God, I had no idea that all these colors existed for these snakes. And it's a really good learning opportunity for a lot of people in both ways, for going over to the personal or going over the other way, because I have a lot of other interests other than just the snakes. So, and it makes it a lot more personable to be able to know who you're buying from, I think. And I try my hardest to keep like, I mean, anything like weird off of my personal page. Like I'll post bikini pictures and stuff like that, but I think that's as far as I'm gonna go. A lot of people don't like that, but that's just something I post.
Everyone's like, no, put it on your snake page. Put it on your snake page. No, that's the thing. I mean, it's incredible because there's so many women. It's awesome to see them coming through and the kids that are up and coming. There's so many. And it's awesome that, you know, I'll say it. I mean, because it's true. The majority of people in this industry are men and older men and stuff. And what's great is letting the women come in and the kids coming in. I mean, not everybody has, you know, that positivity. Hey, come on in. It's like, oh, look at this chick trying to do this. Oh, look at these kids. Like they'll be out of this in 3 years. Everything's so negative. There are those people out there, and there always will be. But it's amazing how you can come on and other women and kids can come and do a live, and there's fucking grown-ass adults jumping in and fucking following, and it's amazing. You know, I mean, it's just so awesome how people are supporting people, whether they have a little bit of experience or a lot. And it's amazing because moving forward, other people coming through can now showcase their you know, what they're into, their animals, their interest, and they can do that without feeling like, oh my God, I can't, you know. I wonder who the first woman was to do a podcast or an interview. Like, you know, it'd be like, you know, that must, I want to look into that. That's something we got to look into. See who was the very first one, even years ago, or, you know, I wonder how much shit she had to go through to, you know, and then afterwards, all the guys like, oh, fucking, she doesn't know anything. It's probably because of her husband. Like, you know, that shitty mindset. You never know, right?
That's what I used to get too. That's another thing is that, like, vending, if, like, I'm with another guy behind, like, the table or whatever, they'll go straight to him, which, I mean, it depends on, like, who's free and whatnot.
He's your helper. Oh, you gotta ask the boss. Who's that? Where is he? Her. You're probably still gonna get that to this day. Like, I mean, but it's not as so. You know, it's cool because I'll see, you know, people going vending and they set up their spot and it's like, hey, here we go. I'm at Corey Martin, you know, and I'm going over to here and here you go. And it's just so awesome seeing that. Like, it's such a turnaround from like 15, 20 years ago. You know, it's super cool, man. Our industry rocks, man.
Yeah,
it does. You know, our fucking community, not 90 fucking 5%. It's amazing. There's still 5% POSs. So 0-0 still. Okay. I'll let you put in caps just for the score so I can see it, Paul. You fucking guy. Gotta love him. Fellow Canadian, Ontarian. Yes. So let's do, instead of the questions, let's get into, you have anything to say, Austin?
No, I don't think so. I can't talk to her. She likes Monarch better.
Get out.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is, just for the record, I mean, Austin's been on ultramel even, I've had it for probably, I've had it for a while, but, taking it seriously, acquiring some animals, like the ultramel pied, that was in like 17 or 18, and, I started, doing a lot of stuff with it, but the last, year and a half, if not 2 years, he's like, dude, ultramel. It's like, good morning, Austin, ultramel. Like, fuck. So, if ultramel does blow up and it's like, I'm like, fucking Austin. Like, he fucking called it. So, just putting it out there. So.
Gonna happen.
So let's do this. Ready?
It's time for shoutouts of the week.
Here we go. 500 on Instagram. We have Generation Serpents. And also, everyone I'm going to be saying now, all Miri, her info, mine and Austin's, and, awesome stuff like Da Vinci Boa, the links there. US Arc, of course, you got to be a member, man. US Arc, man. Support our industry, support our hobby, support our love and care and keeping of animals. And also, bam, 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 Husbandry Pro. If you don't got it, then you don't know. That's not a slogan or anything. I just said it. So, but Husbandry Pro, man, it's the shit. It is awesome. Now, 1,000 followers on Instagram. We have a whole bunch. We got Brian Bodie, Reptiles. We have Totally Rad Pythons. Off the Rail Reptiles. Cornet Constrictors. Snake Man Weiss. That's awesome. BBM Reptiles. And Timeless Morphs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Congratulations, guys. 1,500, we go to J&L Reptiles. 2,000, Baller's Garage. Sick. I think he hit that last week after he did the live cutting of the freeway clutch.
Acid freeways.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got it back then, but it was after our podcast. I think he did it the cutting after the yeah, he did. He did it directly after the live. So congratulations, my man. Baller's Garage. Ink Lady Morphs, 2,500. And then we jumped to 6K. 6K on Instagram, Inked Lady Morphs. Wow, big one. And then, another. Damn. Oh, no, did I just screwed that up? I just said that twice. I'm an idiot. I get so excited. I should not look away from the paper. I should just, read it. 6,000 on Instagram. KC Painted Balls.
Nice.
Yes. Awesome. So KC Painted Balls, 6K. 8K. Victoria's Serpents. Cool. And Victoria's not her real name, just I always thought it was too, but it's not. And I'm gonna screw it up. I know she's probably gonna sit there and go, Bill, you fucked it up. It's Tegan. I'm pretty sure, or it could be Tegan. It's either Tegan or Tegan. I'm gonna say Tegan. I probably fucked it up. It's probably Tegan, but I'm gonna say Tegan. But Victoria, I believe, is her middle name. But Victoria's Serpents, 8K. Keep going. You're gonna hit 10, and then you get some cool features on Instagram. Where are you at right now, Miri, on Instagram?
I actually just hit 1,000 right before the show.
Did you?
I wasn't...
Oh, and there's another one. So adding to the amazing 7 people, 1,000 on Instagram, we have BSM Reptiles. Yay! Congratulations. That's awesome. So 8K, once again, Victoria's Serpents. And this man just keeps going. 12K. Who do you think? Who do we keep shouting out all the time, every couple months? Who's someone that keeps killing it? He just hit 12K. He's always out there. I introduced him to you on a video. I was blown away. Come on, put you on the spot.
I don't know.
Shane fucking Kelly, motherfucker.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, small town exotics, man. He's not going anywhere. He's gonna
what
be on
the
this thing
fuck?
till the day we drop dead. And at 57,000. Oh, small town exotics. I don't know how old I'll be. I don't even know if I'll be doing it
I'll
still.
be next year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 57. Yeah. The way he's going, fucking could have that next week. Shit.
Probably.
But no, man, that's awesome, man. Shane, small town exotics, keep killing it. Awesome stuff, man. Now that's a guy that's been grinding. You know, he's one of those guys that, you know, got in and started doing it, and you know, are you gonna sort of pursue this now? I mean, do you like this type of format and getting out there and answering questions and being a part of like, you know, Chris's well, that's sort of more fun than anything else. That's just like, you don't know what the fuck to expect when you you click the Zoom on, you know. Yeah, I missed it last night. I mean, I did a live and I was gonna do it, and I'm like, you know what? I did a few other things, and now I regret it. So yeah, of course I'm not fucking there. Of course it's the best. Like fucking, I always miss all the good shit. And anyways, artist of the week, last one. It's pretty cool. Her_pathology. Her_pathology. Pretty fucking creative. I like it. Of course it's creative. She's an artist. Creating home decor and gifts for reptile moms. Instagram and Etsy. Check them. All the links are in the description below. Check them out. Her. That's good. Her. Pathology. That's awesome. I like it. Her pathology. It's pretty creative. I think I said that. But anyways. Come on, Leafs, baby. Still 0-0. I hate it. I want to have like a 3-0 lead, and then I'll feel comfortable. Because God knows we've blown a goal lead before. Fucking Boston. Brutal.
6-1, was it?
No, it was 5-1, and we lost 6-5.
Oh yeah.
In the third fucking period with 9 minutes left in the game. They scored it was unreal. 5-1.
Was that 2015, 2014? Maybe 2013.
It might have been even, yeah. I don't know. I'm not even trying to remember. It was horrible. I'm like, 9 minutes in the game, 5-1, fucking scores. Fuck scores. I'm like, wow. Anyways, it was fucking horrible. It's like the worst fucking beating ever, you know? Ugh. Anyways. Some questions for you. You ready? Perfectly engineered reptiles. Okay, they asked, I know most of us want every gene. Realistically, if a person was going for a collection of 35 to 40 breeding females, what is an honest number of recessives we should focus on to actually progress projects? I'm thinking 2. More than that, I think the proper effort can't be there really to focus on processing projects or progressing projects. I think you need more. I'll get into that. So for you, you how many animals you have in your collection?
Me?
Yeah.
About 300.
Okay. Out of those 300, how many are recessive related?
I'd say easily about 65.
Okay. And out of those, how many recessive genes are you working with? Monarch 1.
Right. Well, now that I think of it, I'd say more so 85. I have about I'd say 6 major focused and about 6 others that aren't as focused.
Okay. What about you, Austin? So 30 to 40 breeding females. How many how many recessive genes would you work with if you had,
2 or 3.
2 or 3? Yeah, I would have said 3 to 4, and then maybe or 3 solid and 2 or 3 stragglers that I was, half-assed in, to a point where I'm growing up females or something, or something like that. But I mean, it all depends on your focus too. Like, I know some people that only every fucking animal's recessive. Believe me, they ain't complaining. You know, it's just it's what you want to do, what your budget is. You know, where you're going. Because if you're starting to make triple and quadruple hets and double hets and stuff like that, you're holding like everything back, especially all the females. So if your space, because you know you breed 5, 6, 7 females and you get 3 females and you're holding back another 20, 25 animals every year just on that group. Well, in a few years, your 35, 40 breeder females is now 100. It's crazy.
That's what one of my problems is. Yeah, especially with getting Monarch up there, you have to put in a lot since there isn't a ton into it. So it's definitely why I have a lot.
Yeah, it is crazy how the numbers go, and it's nuts. So, Keisha Jones asks, my question is regarding the product that you use to help your collection stay healthy and to encourage them to eat. I have a female that has gone off food and for the life of me cannot remember or find the vlog that the information was on. Description below. Da Vinci Boa. It's there. Or Da Vinci Boa on Instagram. Give them a message. That's how I reached out to them. And any of the other podcasts that I do on Mondays, I always have their info on there as well. So you can go take a look. There's the link, and hope that helps. And have you used Da Vinci Boa?
Mm-mm.
It's good for your problem eaters. It actually has been, quite awesome for us.
I haven't looked a ton into it yet, so I do have a lot of more research to do with a lot of stuff. Another reason why I haven't been all through stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I mean, I know he was on here earlier, Jeremy Bod from Bod Exotic Reptiles. He went over and, grabbed the boa and he was talking and it's like, what's that stuff? And it's like, oh, I use it for my boas to give them a little bit of a supplement and, helps them, get back on food and stuff. And his eyes, I guess, lit up and he's like, what? It does? He's like, well, I've never tried it for ball pythons. Took it home and, he's like, my God, one of these hasn't eaten in a while and it worked, but the other one hasn't still. So I messaged him and he was like, dude, don't take my word for it. Like, it could be coincidence. I'm like, dude, if it's natural, I'm going to try it. And we did, and I'm so glad we did. It's been pretty damn good for us. And I'm a believer in it. And, especially after the females lay, here's a dose, and it's really good. And, we've had some, animals just become like fiends on eating now. Still some aren't eating. So it's not like the miracle cure, like, oh my God, if you don't do it, oh my God, every animal eats. It's so great. It's the best stuff ever. You should buy it for like $10 million each. You never regret it. No, But
I gotta look more into it then, yeah.
It's definitely 60, 70, if not more, of our animals that we've have eaten. And then, we're actually taking it now where we're actually documenting it. So, we can see how many times we've had. And there's some that we've been doing every 3 weeks to a month for 5 months, and they're still not, or they'll eat and then they won't, and but anything I can try to do that. But Keisha, it's called Da Vinci Boa supplement. Check it out. Oh, Jesse Music next. Backup generator for incubator or battery system that kicks in for immediate power. Like in case you're at work and have no power for 4 or 5 hours, I feel like that would be a significant drop in temps, or would the eggs be fine for that long? You have a backup Jenny or anything like that on at your place, Miri?
Oh yeah, we get storm. We just had a storm this morning actually, and it cut my power, and I was really worried about later, but yeah, that is a very, very important thing to have, especially if this is something you do a lot and you have a lot in the incubator, which I'm working on and have some in there. That scared the heck out of me this morning.
Yeah. So. I mean, 4 to 5 hours, depending. I mean, if it was winter time, 4 to 5 hours now with the way the temperature is now, I don't think it'll do much of an effect. But if it's winter time and now all of a sudden it's freezing, and then now the cold element's creeping in now, and then, I think that'll happen. But it also really depends where the the follicles are in development. If they're a week away from cutting, it's not going to affect it. If it's a couple days in, maybe not. But, that's something where it's a hit and miss. But you should always protect your investment and stuff. Like, recently there's been a few other people, probe coming loose, equipment failed. Last year you had problem with equipment, Austin, and lost a couple clutches. Shit happens. So, you can never be too careful to have backup this, backup that, et cetera, et cetera. That 4 to 5 hours with the power out, depending on the situation, depending on the, the temperatures outside, the time of season, the where the follicles are in development, I think all that. Don't forget, when your incubator is closed, it'll hold heat. It's not like when the power goes out, it's like all that heat just fucking vanishes. I mean, it's a slow drop, and depending on how insulated it is or the room, so there's a lot of factors. Now clutch. Here's a clutch with a K. Why Monarch? That's directed to you. That's why Monarch? You've already said you came from California, and Monterey Bay, the Monarch butterflies, but it was also the color, why Monarch?
The contrast it gives is probably the main reason. It's just, I don't think you can really beat the power that it brings to color of any other thing it goes with. There will be things that will look a little bit less than what you thought it would, but from what I've experienced and what I've seen, it's a powerhouse in itself. That's just why I love it.
Where do you see it going? Like, what do you want to see Monarch in? Where is your mindset at? What are some of the goals?
Dark.
Okay.
I want to see it in, leopard. I want to see it in like a Blade Clown or the Batman. Any like Blackhead, I have it going into Blackhead. A lot of people are working with that. Anything dark that already brings a higher contrast out. I have high intensity orange dream, leopard, het clown going into Monarch too. And it's just, I think you're going to see the bigger intensity with Monarch in that way. So definitely dark, high contrast.
Yeah, I wonder what hypo would do to it, or like
I'm
lavender.
working on that too. Yeah.
I think that'd be cool too. Get some different tones or color palettes that we've never seen before. So I'm like, what the fuck is that orange? Like, what the fuck? Like, it'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Pinpoint reptiles. What are some of the pros and cons you have noticed between pythons and colubrids?
Wow. I don't think that I could even compare. The colubrids are, I think, so much easier to keep depending on the species. The ball pythons are just, I love ball pythons. I love them so much. But the colubrids are definitely a lot more interesting to work with. I like working with more of the rare side of things. And I think they can be a little bit more interesting when it comes to husbandry and figuring out how they work compared to all the ball pythons. I think it's a little bit more of a scientific aspect for me than just breeding the color out of a ball python.
Now, colubrids, they need to be, oh my God.
Brumated.
Thank you, brumated.
Yep.
So, so it's a total, it's almost different. It is different. You got to have a different approach and totally different, you can't keep them in the same room, obviously, unless you move them.
No.
So.
Another big reason why I want a bigger facility, because having both the ball pythons and colubrids around each other just does not work with temperature. I haven't been able to breed a lot of the colubrids that I wanted to because of the space issue. So
cool. So what's the biggest pro you think between them, and then the biggest con?
Uh, I think colubrids, the biggest pro is their appetite and being able to kind of, I don't know, they're not really on the same eating schedule. It's an easier eating schedule than I think the ball pythons are. The biggest con would be the brumation and the temperature. That's hard to answer that just because they're so different. The biggest pro is appetite with colubrids. Biggest con would be brumation. The ball pythons, I think, they're just kind of, I don't know, they're easier. I don't know. It's hard. That's a hard question.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to have multiple species in one area. That's why you need to diversify and have different sections and rooms and, you know, stuff like that. Brian Urban asks, how would you prioritize investing back into your business in the early years? New snakes, racks, ultrasound machine. I guess we could all, go through this one.
I would definitely say what I put money back into was buying more snakes and then the racks, because I'm a huge organizer. So it helps your vision, I think, more than anything. So
What about you, Austin?
I just kept going back into the snakes, and then recently I started doing racks.
Mm-hmm.
I still have a lot of melamine, so
Yeah, well, fuck, you're still using a melamine incubator.
no, it's actually whiteboard.
Oh, whiteboard. Jeez, yeah. See,
Yeah,
so like just some things, spray foam and what is that?
I like those garage panels, like the ones the Pink Panther one you stick on
See,
to insulate the garage.
yeah. See, I mean, stuff works. I mean, people think that you need the ARS or Freedom Breeder. You don't. But when you get it, you ain't fucking bitching. I'll tell you that. Like,
oh yeah.
It's like, fuck, why didn't I get these earlier, motherfucker? But it is awesome to have, but you don't need them. I would rather have, $1,000 snakes in a $100 rack than a $1,000 rack with $100 snakes. Okay, think about that. You definitely, the rack is awesome. You will love it. Your snakes will love it. You take pictures in front of it. People are like, oh my God, I wish I had one of those. That's awesome. Congratulations. And you love it. You go, you clean the cup holders. And if you get a rack and don't get a cup holder, that's the whole purpose, man. Get the tubs with a fucking cup holder. They're the bomb. No more, I just did it and it spilt it. It doesn't happen, man. It's so awesome. I love them. But you'll never regret purchasing a professional rack, okay? It will never make you money. You can sell it and get a good chunk of your investment back, and they fly like that, especially now when there's a waiting list. You put one up now, they're gone in 10 minutes. You'll never, your snakes will love them. You'll love them. You'll have that and be excited about it, but it does not make you money with the snakes do. It ain't going anywhere. The Freedom Breeder, ARS, even some of the other, PVC places or other people that are making racks, they're not going anywhere. I mean, they're so busy, they can't even get your shit out for months because there's so many people ahead of you. And it just keeps day to day, man. It keeps getting longer and bigger, and I mean, it's amazing. But they will not make you money. Invest in snakes. Snakes will make you money. The money that you make, you can reinvest down the road into more snakes and racks. So if money isn't an issue, do it right from the start. Okay? Don't go, let me do this, let me cheese here, and then all of a sudden it's like, 2 years later, it's like, fuck, if I just did this from the start, yeah, that's how it is. Like, but, reinvest into your business, into females, into your animals. Animals will keep you growing. They're the ones that you feed, you look, it gives you, I like looking at my racks, but when I open up a snake tub and see a snake, I'm like, oh my God, fuck, look at her. Oh my God, she's 1,100 grams. Or Austin's like, hey, Billy, we got like a bunch of animals. Like, how big? She's 1,300. I'm like, oh my God, like that excites me. Austin will say, hey, Billy, man, I wiped your rack down. It's nice and spotless. Oh, cool. It's not going to make me excited. You want to have that excitement in your animals, man. Those are the ones that you look at, you can take pictures of, And just to prove this theory, everyone can go take a pic of their ARS rack or their Freedom Breeder rack right now and post it online. You might get 100 likes. Go put in that snake. Take a picture of that snake that you open up the tub and go, fucking, I can't believe I own this. Wow. You're going to get way more many likes, and no one's going to share. Oh my God, did you see Billy's ARS rack? I'm going to share it. It's not going to happen, unless it was the very first rack ever made, Hey, did you see Billy? He's got these new futuristic racks that spin and, talk back to you. Maybe then, but, you want to have animals. Animals, what makes and fuels your passion. They're the things, we didn't get into, breeding animals so that we could actually have cool looking racks. It's the animals that drive our passion and fuel what we do. And, definitely invest back into animals, because every one that you open, you're going to be excited. And what it can do for you in the future, just knowing what I can do next year and the year after, I can't wait for it to come. You must be, with all your projects, especially starting off and trying to get, Monarch out there into different stuff to show the world what can be done. Fuck, man, it's like you can't wait for next year and the year after and stuff like that. Your rack, it's like you're not going to get excited like, oh, I wonder what my rack's going to look like next year. I wonder what I can do with my rack next year. It's not going to happen. Your animals, man. But if you can get into the professional racks, definitely. But, animals come first, So, Brian, trust me, invest into your snakes, and then your racks, I think, is next. And, ultrasounds, I mean, to me, it's been a blessing. I mean, most people, it takes the guessing out, but you need to have, you need to have the number of animals. You need to be ready. You got to have, it's just another tool that you're not going to sit there and say, oh my God, this sucks. Oh my God, now I know when to breed. Oh, now I know how many eggs she's going to lay before she lays. Oh, I know that she reabsorbs, so I don't have to waste my male anymore. It's so amazing when you know. No more guessing. And it's also a good tool to help sort of train your eye. Like, oh my God, is she building? Oh, take her out, ultrasound her. Nope, she just probably had a big meal and she's just laying weird or bowl wrapping to get comfortable before her big poop. You never know, right? So, last question. Oh, we have a super chat?
Yep. PD's Reptiles. Let's go, Leafs.
All right, Philip, man. Fucking right. What is the score still? 0-0?
It's intermission.
Oh, my God. Don't let that, I don't want it to go next goal wins, 6 minutes left in the third. Oh, fuck. We need to get on the board now. Oh, it's scary. Last question. You ready? This is from Mr. EAD himself, the Chad Ritchie of Ritchie Recessives. Okay? Why are you laughing?
Ritchie Reptiles?
Ritchie Reptiles. No, Ritchie's Recessives. Within the first 3 to 5 breeding seasons, do you suggest specializing in a few genes that you love, or being more broad with your morphs and letting your interests take you where you want to go?
That's a really good question. Really
Yeah.
good question.
Who wrote that, Chad?
I would wholeheartedly say do exactly what you love, but if your views can go beyond that and you know that it can, then I'd say for sure do what makes you happy and what could potentially make you happy. But I'm always firm believer, as soon as I love something, I'm going to put that in my collection, and that's what's going to make me run with it.
Yeah, I think it's not even bad to have a mix. I mean, what do you think, Austin?
I would more focus on a few genes and try to take them to the top, but that'd be the genes that I like the most. So I don't think I'd work with a gene because everyone else wants to.
And what gene would that be, Austin?
Ultramel.
Just had to. Miri's like, fucking dick. Yeah, I think, within the first 3 to 5 years, you want to specialize in a few genes and build that, project. You want to build foundation, a bunch of strong foundations. And I say it all the time in live streams or stuff. There's so many genes, like even Monarch. I'd love to get into Monarch, but when I do, it's going to be on Monarch Yellow Belly, Monarch Asphalt, Monarch Clown, Monarch Pied, something that I take this gene and it goes directly into one of those projects that I have. So now instead of getting a new gene and having a whole new project that I got to start all over, now I can get it and go, bam, now it's into my pied. Or now it's, oh, shit, now I made freeway and freeway combo, 100% had monarchs. It's like, cool. I always like to get into a new gene, but not start all over with a whole bunch. I just like getting it directly into one of those things that I love. So if you work with what you love and you have these projects, you want to get into a new gene, get that gene into one of the projects you love, because you're going to be making stuff that you love, and who knows what this new gene is going to do to the gene you love, and it's going to take that gene that you love or the combos or the project with another direction or another curve to it. So fucking Chad with the question, eh? And the question of the night goes to Chad, EAD. I don't know why I have to do this. I have it all here. You know what I mean? Like, what the this sounds way better. So, next question, Austin. We got to use the soundboard more. We got to get some new ones. I got to get one. Get the fuck out of here. Just hit that button all the time. Oh, Zach, man. Zach left a super chat.
Okay, so we got Nava Reptiles. Curious to hear from Miri. What would be her dream animal to find in the wild? Oh, and sorry, ultramel is better. Great job tonight.
He fucking jabbed. It's like what?
It's true.
Oh.
I have to agree with Zach there.
Favorite animal in the wild would be ideally traveling to New Guinea to find a Bolin's.
Sure. In the wild.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I want to go to Africa and see a fucking lion, just that beast of an animal. I don't know if I'd be standing beside it, but just wow, and hear it roar and feel whoa, man, your bones shake. Look at the size of the fucking. I hope it just doesn't eat me, but that'd be so cool. Seeing one of them in 2 feet away, just not in captivity, but in the wild. That'd be crazy. Sick. How about you, Austin?
Probably have to
don't say
Congo.
a pond and a little goldfish in a pond.
I want to go to Congo and see gorillas.
That's scary shit, man. Those guys are
Yeah, I like that.
That's scary.
Crazy. I want to go see it.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. Those things are
Yeah, it sounds like drums when they do it.
Huge. Yeah, those lions, gorillas, and not against the bowling, the snake and anything like that, but holy Christ, man, I'd be so terrified. I don't even know what I'd do. You're sitting there, you'd be so amazed at the same time shitting your pants. You'd be crazy. But yeah, I think it would be cool too is ride an elephant. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, the size of those things, that'd be massive. I don't think it'd be a nice, huh?
I want a pet tiger. That's my dream pet.
It's not a pet. You can't classify it as a pet.
I'll get it.
It's a cool animal. It's an animal. Yeah, I'd like to own an animal like that. You can't have it as a pet.
I don't know. I'll train it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Austin. How you doing today? Pretty good. Pretty not bad.
Maybe just a finger or two, maybe not the whole arm.
Hell no. Oh, man. But, there are people that do it. There are animals that are trained and tamed. And, I don't know. But at any minute, it could happen. It's crazy. So, Miri.
Oh, my God. Montreal's winning 1-0.
Oh, Oh. Oh. And Chad? Chad's comment? Fuck off. Jesus Christ. Can't believe. Come on. It's good. You can ride an elephant at the zoo? What? What zoo is that?
Yeah.
What the fuck? What zoo can you go ride? I don't know. I mean, I've never heard of that. Where are you going?
Shit.
Going to the zoo.
I think I've ridden an elephant like 5 times.
What?
They have them all over California.
What's that?
To do that. I don't know what it was. I was younger. I was probably like 7 or younger, and just I don't know. They were everywhere to where you could ride them. I don't know.
Damn.
It wasn't the most humane thing, but
See, us Canadians, we don't get nothing. Well, fuck, we're in lockdown still. Apparently, we're in lockdown till the end of the fucking year. It's ridiculous. I don't even know what's going on anymore. I don't even care. But anyways, our main man, Chris Eaton's in the house.
Yeah, he said.
Snakes and the Fat Man. And this is going right to your buddy, your bro. You know, the guy that got you on here.
mm-hmm.
Zach is, Go ahead, take it away, Austin.
Controller.
Huh?
I'm not gonna say that. He likes ultramel. I can't call him that.
It's a bad word. Starts with a C, ends with a T. And, you know, it's not a very nice word. But it's worth the $5, says Chris. Awesome. Yeah, I'm so pissed that I missed last night. And I'm actually Chris messaged me earlier on the way into the facility, and I was just going through to grab my coffee and breakfast in the morning, and he's like, "Hey man, Miri's on tonight? Yeah, can I send the link?" I'm like, "Fuck, dude, my link goes up like 15 minutes before the show." So and I told him, like, just tell everybody, make, Mutation Creation Canada, YouTube, 7 p.m. Eastern, and he did. And I'm like, "Oh, by the way, I missed last night. Do you guys tape it?" And he's like, "Nope." And I'm like, "Fuck, damn it."
That was a fun time.
Yeah,
Really.
I hear. It's like I always miss them,
Yeah, I think when I originally joined, I was a little bit late because I was out with some friends getting mimosas for my Sunday. Chris knows that. And ended up going into the conversations, something about pegging dudes, I think was the original comment.
I'm glad I missed that one. And Chad's sort of going here, "Oh my God, I missed it." Wow. No, but it's awesome, man. The ones I've been on, was the gamer chick on? Oh, thank God. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was, I had one encounter with that on a Zoom call, and I'm glad that's the only one. I think that's maybe why I stay away, because just in case. But
I don't think that'll ever happen again. I don't think.
Yeah, I think Chris has banned her. He's like, fuck that. Even though she tries to get back on, I'm pretty sure he doesn't, which is great. So, but no, man, I miss it. There's a few Canadians that pop on, and all you awesome Americans, and it's a good time, man. It's funny. You never know what's coming or what's going, or
Oh yeah.
it's hilarious. Did Zach get picked on more than Caleb?
Zach was at a wedding and he decided to pop on for a little bit. But
From the wedding?
he was,
Love it, Zach.
he was introducing all of his friends to us, and then Chris muted him.
Good job, Chris. Who's winning the beard growing contest or the mustache growing contest? Caleb, or is that even a thing now? Didn't they?
Yeah, I think Caleb's still going with that. I think so.
Damn.
Oh,
Oh,
it's Lord Elion in the comments.
Hey, what's up, Lord?
What's a monarch? Looks better as a butterfly, lol.
Wow.
what?
Lord Elion.
It says monarch looks better as a butterfly.
Don't hate, appreciate. No,
Only positivity.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what people make. I mean, definitely. And then, you know what? The best thing to do is compare it, right? But, it's like anything else. I mean, you're going to definitely see ultramel combos that blow the Monarch one away, the Monarch combo away, and vice versa. It's been proven many times. It's just going to be like that. It just goes down to preference.
See,
But-
the difference I see between the two is that ultramel has more oranges and purples, but Monarch has like more like a yellowish color, and it has a lot more grays, and the grays bring a lot of contrast in.
Yes, two different palettes, right? You breed an ultramel to a Mojave, and you breed a Monarch to a Mojave. They're both visually different looking animals.
Yeah.
100%.
You know?
Especially the Pastavi versions are like night and day. They don't even look similar at all.
Yeah. So
So,
yeah, it's just color
definitely
palette,
different.
but then it's even with ultramel, I mean, I like some of the lighter stuff. And it depends. Like some people just love the dark stuff. Some people like the light stuff. Some people like everything, like me. Well, not everything. There's sunset. Everyone's like, why are you bragging on sunset, Billy? I mean, I just, it's
looks
one of
like
those
mud.
things where I've got some. It's just not my favorite thing to look at, but I just hoping someone does some awesome shit with it so I can go, fuck, okay, and that's what I'm going to do with it. If not, I'm going to raise this thing up and sell it at 1,200 grams like I did some of the puzzle females. Like, fuck. Someone make something amazing. But I do like the cinnamon Enchi sunset.
We should breed the Enchi ultramel to the sunset.
Yeah, I mean, well, by that, I'll have something better. When she's ready,
We probably have the Enchi ultramel pied by then.
I'll have the Enchi ultramel pied. But then again, too, what I probably would do, just get a variety of everything. Actually, no, because I don't really like the Sunset Ghost. I was going to say,
Oh no.
put the Ultramel Ghost pied to her. But, no. I don't know. So, stop talking so much, Miri. Come on. Let's do it.
Oh, get out.
So, lots of
I
tattoos.
suck.
No, you don't suck. You're just, it's new, right? We're going to look back at this. You're going to look back at this in like a year or two, and it's like, holy fuck, I never shut up now. I can't believe I never used to talk so much back in the day. Oh, my God.
Yeah. One can only hope. Yeah. I'll eventually get. I do it at shows. I'll just talk everybody's ear off. But
Yeah, it's a new platform, right? Like, I mean, it's just something
Yeah.
where, you'll get used to it. You get more comfortable in front of the camera. I mean, you're not doing bad at all. I mean, I saw you on Zach's the other night, and same thing, you're comfortable. It's not like... you're stuttering your words and fucking them up like I do all the time. So you're doing good, man. How's she doing,
thank
Austin?
you.
She's doing amazing.
There you go.
Oh, thank you guys.
So, a lot of tattoos. You work at a tattoo shop back in the day, or?
Actually, no, I wanted to. That was something that I was trying to pursue at one point, but I was really young, and yeah, I'm pretty sure my dad has been watching this for a little bit. So sorry, Dad, but yeah, I've had tattoos since I was about 13. I think.
The hidden
That
ones
was-
where nobody knew for like 5 years?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've had a couple taken off. I don't even know how many I have anymore.
So
but
taken off, you mean like you cover it up or like the
removed.
laser?
I actually, yeah. I had a
How
couple
is that? Is
removed.
that fucking as painful as everybody says it is?
Oh yeah, it's one of the worst feelings. I totally regret getting that tattoo, and I would never. I mean, if I really had to get a tattoo off, but man, that sucks.
I hear it's expensive for one. It's like $100 or $200 per session, and it
Yeah, I
takes like
think mine was 3 to 4 a session.
and I hear it's like
oh.
3 to 4, 5, 6 sessions, depending how dark and deep and how the fill is. And I hear that's fucking more painful than the tattoo.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, and once you the bandage will stick to you because the scabs actually pull the ink out, and that's the process that it used to be anyway. And so just having the scabs there and it getting caught on the bandage, that's just
So
nasty.
once it's done, is it scarred, or can you? Is it a really good job, or can you tattoo over it, or?
It was right here. I had it under all this stuff. So you can definitely tattoo over them, but the concern that you get after you get it removed, since it's used, mine was used with a laser. You can't let the sun get to it for about 3 years, or you'll actually get like dark spots in your skin. So I ended up getting a lot of freckles in the place of where the tattoo was because I was always out in the sun.
Freckles. So you know what you do? You put a banana morph And then it's like, look, see, eventually the freckles come in.
I have too many freckles anyway. It just kind of blended in.
What's your
so.
background?
What do you mean?
Like, English, Scottish, red hair.
Oh, German and Irish.
German and Irish. Cool.
Yeah.
There you go. We got a fan in the house, Christy. Rocks and Reptiles. Fellow Canadian, fellow Ontarian. Probably on the fucking Chris Eaton, Snakes and the Fat Man podcast last night, like all the other ones that What does she say, Austin?
She says Miri doesn't need to talk because she's a babe and her work speaks for itself.
Aww, I love you, Christy.
Yay! Look at that, all the love.
Gotta love it. I have amazing people in my life.
No, that's. That is a cool thing. How, there's people that supportive of you and help. Like even now, getting you comfortable. To getting you to actually get on and be more comfortable doing this, because you're going to see more and more of these happening, and
oh yeah,
it's great because you get better and you're more comfortable. And every time, like if you do one every 4 months or 5 months, you should always have something new to talk about, something new that you learned, something new that you've just, oh my God, I got eggs on this, or hey, look what I hatched. So it's always something to talk about to keep, fueling, what you talk about and being, having different things to talk about, as well as getting more comfortable, and it just comes easier,
100%.
So, no, I'm glad. And people picking people up, and having like a community where something goes wrong, and it's always gonna, it's if you're doing this and something goes wrong and you have no one to talk to or cheer you up, you sit in it, man. It just sucks. It's like, fuck, like there's nothing. You ain't cheering yourself up because it just, your world right now just fucking sucks. You're sitting under a cloud and like, you don't even want to move. But when you surround yourself with other people, and how this community is, they'll take you out away from the cloud, or they'll give you an umbrella, or they'll get you out of that rut. And I think it's key. I mean, it's very key. And not everyone's going to be there for you. Not everyone's going to support. Not everyone has to. I'm not saying, hey, man, in order to be great in this community and be, you have to be there and you have to support you don't. But when you do, you change people. You get people, one little kind thing, I fucking shout out people's names that take their time to send me a sticker or swag for me and the crew. We take time out of our day to appreciate it and say it, and you know what? They're fucking happy. We make their day, and it's something, and hopefully they take that and roll with it and keep doing things, and I just think it's awesome, and it's something so small. It's not like, oh, fuck, you can only make them happy if you send them $10,000 snakes for free. What the fuck? That's never going to happen, right? And it's just be kind, say nice things, support people. It's fucking really easy, people.
Oh, yeah.
It is, right? Isn't it, Austin?
Super easy.
Yeah. Even Austin does it on his channel. Lord's doing it too, hasn't he? Is he copying us?
No, I don't think he does it actually.
Fucking what? See? Is Lord, are you still here? Start shouting people out, mofo. Guy's almost got 100,000 subscribers, man. Show some love back, bro. Did you, I don't know if anyone here, man, I shared it. When somebody reached out to buy a used tank from him. You got to watch the video. It's so awesome. Someone reached out on Kijiji, which is like your Craigslist, and total lowball him. And he did a video on the whole, I guess, talking back and forth. He showed the screenshots. I don't want to ruin it, but you've got to go watch Lord of the Lion on YouTube. Do you know what it was called, Austin?
I'll find it right now.
Yeah, find it, and it's so awesome. It was so amazing. It's just good for him. So, it's awesome. So
I got threatened for a reptile enclosure. They wanted to beat me up.
Yeah. So that's the title. I got threatened for a reptile enclosure. They wanted to beat me up. You got to go watch that on Lord's YouTube. It's so awesome what he did. It's hilarious. But you know, the funny thing is Lord ain't a little guy, man.
I know.
You know,
Killed
like,
him.
you know, when Buddy showed up to meet him, man, like, fuck, you know, this guy gets up. Yeah, what the fuck is this Lord guy? He's like, oh, fuck, here we go. Lord would slap him silly. It's like, you gotta watch, you know, these keyboard warriors nowadays, man, like, it's just nuts.
Look, he's a nice guy.
Oh, 100%. But Lane from LRP Reptiles says that video was so funny. Yeah, you know, it was funny because it actually went on while he was working, the conversation. He's like, what the fuck? What does this mean? I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, you know, I'm like, what? Who is this guy? He goes, I don't know, some guy responding to my ad. And I'm like, wow. But I didn't know he turned it into a video. It was hilarious. What's the funniest thing that's ever happened to you, or the weirdest thing that's happened to you in your time in this hobby? Not even before the hobby, but being in it. Because I'm sure there's 1,000 things we could talk about.
I don't even know. I'd say people in town who like buy feeders for really odd things. I've had people ask me if I sell kittens as feeders. They buy
Kittens?
rats for their own meals that they eat. I'd say that.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on, what?
I've had
So
somebody
someone's,
completely-
hold on a second. I wasn't expecting this. Someone actually asked if you sold rodents, says they like, how did that even go down?
It was kind of a when I first started doing the rodents and selling them, after I could help with, or well, have mine and whatever. So I ended up selling them and posting, and I'd say a couple months into it, yeah, somebody asked what the purpose was for the rodents at first.
Okay.
And
Smart.
I
Oh,
told
good
them
question. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not a
So,
flag
yeah,
or anything. That's like, you know, well, why do you breed rodents? Oh, okay. And then how did it get to I want to eat it?
Yes, and so it turned into like, oh well, do you sell them to people who use them for other things? And I was like, I guess it depends. Like, I have a guy who buys rats from me because he trains his minks to hunt at farms around here for all the rat problems and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's normal. And they're like, oh, okay, well, do you like judge people for what they use them for? I'm like, should I? Like, no.
And now it's getting sort of creepy.
Yeah.
You don't even want to
It
know what
ended
I'm thinking right now. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It just turned into like, oh well, I don't know if this was complete satire or what, but it seemed like it was so straightforward and like, oh yeah, this is what I use them for. Can I still buy them from you? And yeah, it was, I don't know, it was
Wow.
weird.
Does he fillet them or bake them? Like,
I didn't want to ask.
right on the bobby. Like, what the fuck? Oh my God, that is. I wasn't expecting that when I asked. Oh, I think that one topped it. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, Megan from Wonder Woman Exotics, take it away, Austin.
I want to hear what other projects Miri is in and what clutches she's most excited about this season. You're doing great, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I'm getting into Desert Ghost puzzle, and I have all this written down because I always forget all this stuff, and I'm just gonna end up bringing that up. Cypress is one of my favorite genes. I've ever since I saw that was one that I really wanted to get into. I'm looking forward a lot to bring acid into Monarch. I got that going now. Spot nose, the clutches that I'm anticipating, for the most part, I only have 8 in the incubator right now, but the one that I'm anticipating right now in the incubator is Blackhead Cinnamon and Extreme Gene that I put to my Monarch. So it wasn't anything like super crazy yet, but I have a lot of other stuff that I'm going to end up posting. And when I get the clutches, I don't like getting too ahead of myself. So yeah, I'd say for sure acid and cypress is going to be some of my favorites.
Yeah, I
With
got a
Monarch.
little bit of cypress. I like cypress.
Mm-hmm.
Still another thing that hasn't really been. And there's so many genes that haven't really. I mean, there's so much we got to do, guys.
Right.
You know, everyone's like, oh, you know, I can't get into that because it's, you know, overrated, or, you know, so many people are working with it. Yeah, but so many people are working with it, but there's so much to do with it. And even if they make it, they're not making 50 of them. They're making one or here, two there, holding something like, you know, all those people making excuses of why they're not going to do something. Excuses don't get you anywhere. They really don't.
That's for sure.
Why'd you choose acid over confusion or the is it migraine?
I would just say more
No,
so
static.
Static.
Okay.
Yes, it's the static.
I'd say more so over availability.
Okay.
I got into acid not too long ago. It was only at Daytona is when I got my first acid. So, but I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. I was like, I have to put this to Monarch because the contrast I think is going to be insane.
Awesome. What's going on in the chat? The chat's like its own animal. Oh, blue jar pythons. Hey. One of the young ones coming up and coming. Static, yeah, wise guys. Wise guys, reptiles. So, not bad. We've got 122 people here just kicking it.
It's a lot.
There you go. It's pretty awesome. Of course, Martin Exotics in the chat's like, I don't do acid.
You should try it.
Yeah, imagine some of the conversations that you know, if you know, the kids nowadays getting in, they're on the phone. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna put the acid into this, and some of the gene morphs, and fucking parents are listening in, going, "What the fuck? What the fuck are they doing with fucking acid? What the what?" You know what I mean? That'd be pretty fucked up. You know, they're following you around. It's like, why? What the fuck's going on, mom and dad? What other genes would be funny if your parents listen in? Yeah, every time I do acid, I get confusion, and it's really staticky. And what the fuck? Oh my god, parents are just sitting there going, "What? Oh, they're ball python names, mom." Yeah, sure it is. You're grounded. Like, no, it really is. It's nuts. So, Hardy's pythons in the house. Oh, Everglades, Everglade Exotics. Do you watch my Mail Mondays at all? It's okay if you say no, because they're not for everybody. So last week,
it's not that it's not for me. I can't keep up with all. Yeah, I'm working on it.
I know it's crazy. You know, the people that do follow all the time, man. I mean, I love all the love and support. You guys are awesome. But yeah, I opened it up and I talked about it. Oh, I don't even know when, but I mean, she listened to one of our lives that I do on a Monday here, and I talked about when I used to go to University of Windsor, and I'd go across into Detroit because it was only like a 20-minute drive to get, you know, from Windsor to Detroit through the tunnels or the bridge, and I would go, and I went into a grocery store one day, and I'm like, oh my God, Apple Jacks, and I was so excited because it was one of my favorite cereals, and they stopped making it here. You know, like Boo Berry and Count Choc. They stopped that too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all the good ones, the shitty ones, they're not good for you at all. But it's like, that's probably why they're like, oh, we can't have this in Canada because it's not good for your kids. But I mean, it was just so good. I love Apple Jacks. So I went in there and I don't know if there was 7, 8, 9, 10. I bought cases of it, whatever I could fit in the Durango. I mean, I bought cases of it. It lasted me like a year and a half, like me eating. It was so great. So I open up this thing, and here it is. She got me 2 boxes, which is so awesome. I haven't even had one yet, but it is on my list to do this week. So, and she gave me some big, shiny gold scissors.
You know it's 2-0?
Oh, fuck. You know, I was just talking about my Apple Jacks, all excited. Fucking all. Oh, my God. Really? Well, I can't believe we're going to not go to the next round. We had a 3-1 lead. Oh, my God. What is wrong with this? And we're playing at home. Oh, not good. Not good. What's your favorite cereal, Miri?
Probably Fruit Loops.
Yeah, Fruit
For
Loops
sure.
ain't bad.
Yeah. Not a huge breakfast person. I like
No,
my
you
mimosa.
know when cereal's the best? At night. It's like the best snack at night. Like Captain Crunch is another one, but I can only I get on a Captain Crunch crave and I'll do it and then it's like, oh fuck, I can't touch this thing for like 6 months. I don't even want to but I'll kill it for like 6 months. So
That's how I am with sweets. I can't do sweets a lot of the time, but once you start, then it's can't stop.
man, my Leafs. That's brutal. I thought we had the team this year. This was the team to take us there. You into sports? Any sports?
I love football.
Cool. NFL or
Yeah.
college or both?
Both.
Awesome.
Mostly college, I'd say. Yeah, I'm a Penn State fan.
Oh, cool. Yeah, college football's fucking nuts, man. Like, it's just crazy.
I think
You
it's
know?
more fun than the NFL. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely awesome. Even like I watch pretty much all sports, but even like your college, like college basketball, man, it's nuts, man. The NCAA, man, it's nuts.
I
It's-
can't watch basketball. Just
Oh no, oh man.
too small of an area. Just
I like actually going to them live. I love watching them on TV.
those are better. Yeah, I'd rather do that than watch something on TV. Then I just don't pay attention.
But no, your sports, I mean, even at like, college and university level, it's insane. I mean, I think it's almost bigger than the actual, professionals, man. It's nuts. It's crazy. But it's awesome.
So since I don't know you a ton, Billy, I just had a question.
Shoot.
What did you do, if you did, before all of the snake stuff? Like, what was?
Oh, I've done I've done everything. So before I gave I was doing both for the longest time. I was doing security. So card access, alarm, cameras. For the last 9 years, actually maybe even 10, I've been doing all the Costco's in Ontario. So,
Nice.
that I've done, some, Saks Fifth Avenue. I was on that project for about 5 months.
Wow.
Yeah, I've done Tiffany's, I've done jewelry stores, pharmacies, Canadian Tires, Walmarts, you name it. I've done it. We have a thing, so it's like your Pharma Plus.
Mhm.
We have a thing called Shoppers Drug Mart. I did probably like
Okay.
36 of those, so alarms and cameras and stuff like that.
Okay.
And yeah, I like it. I mean, I was amazing at it. I'm still pretty good at it. I want to focus just on this. But I've done that. I've had so many businesses. Of course, Boa Fiction. LRP, like, yeah, you always have to bring it up. So, don't forget you were a Ripper once. Yeah, I used to be an exotic dancer for 8 years, so, which is crazy. Yeah. But no, before that, I did quite a few things. I've always had my own businesses, but you name it, I've done it. I've,
Would have never guessed.
I've got experience in a lot of things. So, but no, man, and it's funny because everything I've done, it's like opportunity. Something's there, and I'm like, fuck, let me try it, let me learn it. And I get pretty good at it. Like everything I have has been self-taught. I never went to school for anything. I actually left. I was doing my university exams, my very first year at university. I did a year of college, then I went to university because college wasn't. It didn't give me enough of a challenge. So I went to university for a year, and actually during my exam, I walked up like after the first hour and a half, and it's a 4-hour exam, and I walked up to the front. And he's like, "Dude, you're good, but there's no way you can do this exam in an hour and a half. 2.5, 3, I could see it, but I'm like, no, I'm done. But everything I did is right. I don't want to finish it. I just don't have the place. I just don't. And he's like, you know what? Why don't you go to Harvey's, which is right across from, the University of Windsor, go there, have a coffee. You know, I know you're not cheating. You know, come back, because I was pretty much a straight A student. Come on back, do what you got to do. You know, clear your head. Come on back. And I'm like, you know what? No, this is the time. And I just went, got in my car, packed, came back to Toronto. And you know, it's crazy. You know how life takes you, and you know things happen, and you know everything just gets presented in front of me, and I'm like, you know, that's pretty cool. You know, when I opened up my first business at 18 years old, you know,
Wow.
it was just, you know, like, what the hell? And there was a sports card memorabilia business. I was actually almost 19, and I got laid off and sitting at, you know, hanging out with my buddies, and his sister comes over and is like, hey, here's my doubles, Craig. And I'm like, what the hell are those? He's like, but you collect baseball cards? Like, fuck, I used to do that when I was a kid. You know, and he's like, man, no, it's like, you know, my sister gives me my doubles. I'm like, let me check them. I'm like, holy fuck, I know this guy and I know this guy. And I'm like, cool. And then I started collecting them. And a year later, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do this anymore. This is stupid. I mean, why did I spend all this time and money into it? Let me go sell it. So I go to a flea market, set up a table, and I do like 2-3K in sales. I'm like, what the fuck? This is nuts. You coming back next week? Could you have any of this? Do you have any packs? I'm like, what? So I did that for 5-6 weeks to open up a store, you know. Then I opened up a second store, and then, you know, we had a recession, and, you know, that business went down. So yeah, I was just always all over the place, you know. Got into a little bit of trouble, worked out a lot, you know, had the buff bod, got thrown on stage at a dance contest and tied for first place, split $1,000. The guy's like, hey, here's your money, and hey, here's my card. You should. And I'm like, what? No. It's like, oh, you need to tan a little and maybe bulk up a little, but you can dance and, you know how to move. And I'm like, oh, cool. So went home, and then 2 months later, I'm like, you know what? Nothing was panning out. And I looked at the card, gave them a call, went in, and sure enough, started tanning, working out, you know. And, yeah, 8 years off and on, man. It was crazy.
Very nice.
You know, so it's just an opportunity, right? And a lot of things fall into my lap. You know, hey, here's an opportunity, you roll with it. You know, just like getting into the security business. You know, I was doing something else for a guy, and I'm like, hey, you know, and sure, let me try it out. And I did. And, you know, 8 years, 9 years, and same with this. I just got into it and just keep pushing, learning, keep moving. And, you know, there's always stuff, even to this day, you know, opportunities, you know, get thrown out and stuff in front of me, and I roll with it. You know, and there's a lot of times, ask Austin, there's a lot of stuff I'm like, hey, you know what? I mean, what do you think about doing this? Or, hey, I thought about this. And I'm always trying to think and pursue things or do things better, or, you know, learn or get into something else. You know, I even, the last one was talking to Austin. I'm like, yeah, I should open, you know, put a building out the back and go get like a CNC machine and start making my own racks. And you never fucking know. You never know what we're capable of, but you know, it's something that I like to learn and do. But I've had a moving company. I had a martial arts studio. You name it, I've done it. I had a clothing store. I had 2 tattoo shops. So,
Wow.
oh yeah, I've done it all. I mean, I've always invested money, and never really had talent for most of my businesses, except the dancing one, of course. But it's basically, I always worked, and I needed other people. My tattoo shop, my clothing store, everything I needed was, you know, relying on other people. My tattoo artists say, Billy, fuck you. But I can't tattoo, so I'm out of business. So I started changing that into stuff where I'm in more control. The security business, I was there all the time. Ask Austin. I'd be coming in, you know, 12-hour shifts, you know, up all night, coming in at like 10, 11 in the morning. After, you know, working since 8 p.m. the night before, I would leave work, have a coffee, drive to the facility, sleep on the floor for half an hour, you know, and then do what I had to do. But even then, I worked my ass off with that because I knew what I was doing, and no one could screw it up or take it away. And you know, that I have so much control, just like here, like, you know, but now I've given up so much control and stuff because I need guys like Austin to give me a hand, and Kat and a Lion, and, you know, everything we do here. But I mean, it took years that fucking, I'll help you feed, Billy. No, fuck off, Austin. I do the feeding. You know, it was like 2 years before I'm like, no, okay, you can help me now because there's so much, you know. But that was my thing. I would never let anybody feed my collection. And then eventually it's like, yeah, you can just do the adults. You can just do the adults. So it's crazy. But no, I mean, it's something where I've always been not a control freak, but I always like to be hands-on. And now, you know, I can feel comfortable going away or leaving the guys doing what they need to do because they know, you know, they know what they're doing. They're more than capable. They're there. You know, when I fuck up, they let me know, and vice versa. And, you know, it's great to be able to do it and know that, you know, what they're doing, I don't have to worry about, even though I still come over and nick. Why are you doing it like that?
Yeah,
It's still getting done.
way.
But why wouldn't you do it this way? This is the way you do it. Billy, my way's faster. No, it's not. Let's fucking bet. How many times have we had that argument, Austin? Yeah, fuck, we'll do it. We'll have a race. We'll fucking, what do you want to bet? You know? But, you know, it's just, that's the way I am. But by having these guys, I get to do other things like, you know, Patreon and doing stuff. And, you know, without my team the way it was for the last few years, I wouldn't have jumped into this building. You know, I even asked them, like, hey, guys, if we do this, you know, we can do this. We can go this size. And, you know, even Austin, you know, I think we talked about it earlier. It's like, oh, fuck, you know, imagine if we did get, you know, the facility in the States. You know, it's like, oh, Christ. It's like, we can go even bigger. He's like, yeah, we're definitely going bigger. That's exactly what we talked about. If we did move, I'd go bigger than I am now. Right, Austin? Go big or stay home, right, bro?
I was in breeder females.
Yeah, that's the start. Just, you know, fuck it.
Maybe 1,500.
Yeah, you
never know.
You know, especially if we come to Texas, man. Go big or stay home, they say. We got to fucking represent the Texas fucking...
2,000 females.
There you go. Yep. But no, you never know. I mean, it's just something where I'm always trying to push myself, push boundaries, do new things. Like even with Patreon, I mean, I think I got a good handle on it now, but there was no one I could follow back in the day. I did my own thing. I took my own path. I set it up. This is what I had to do. And hey, let's add this. Let's change this. And, you know, my approach to it is a lot different than everyone else's. And so is everybody else that's getting in. They got a different mindset. They run it differently. They do things differently. You know, no one gives as much discount as I do on animals. And you know, I put a lot of work in. You know, even Austin came in today to do 2 podcasts with, you know, his leg all fucked up. You know, just so I have one for tomorrow, one for next week, because I want to have that content out. And, you know, and people appreciate it. And they love, you know, the advice that we give or the help. And I still want to do something even more and better. And I want to find, you know, better things to do. And it will get there. It's just, it's not like, hey, I got it all now. I like learning and, you know, changing things up and getting better. Like even this podcast, now that it's here, I've got the computer here and everything set up. I'm going to have someone come in. I already talked to Tyler from Hyped Up Reptiles. And, you know, he's going to come in and he's the one that got me into this and have this nice little way it looks now. He taught me how to do it. Now I'm going to revamp it and do things differently. And you know, it'll be pretty cool. But now it's a learning thing. And,
Right.
you know, everything can be better. You know, my collection, the way I do things can be better. And I know that I can push myself and do things better.
I think that's a lot how I ended up starting this, because I went to college for 4 years, well, 6 years, but 2 of the years ended up not continuing because I moved. But I went from an aeronautical engineering degree to deciding to not have somebody as my boss and doing this by myself, because I like putting it into my own dream. Yep. And pushing myself to do those kind of things instead of giving somebody else that for the rest of their life and me just not really accomplishing much and making myself happy in that way. Definitely about pushing boundaries.
Yeah. Now, one thing that I've learned, everything that I've done, everything that the the mistakes I made or things that I like, things that I didn't like, I've always improved on, or I didn't get involved in. I think everything that I've done in my past has got me to where I'm at now, and my drive and the way I do things, and I want the best. I pay for the best. I get it. I go over the top sometimes. Like little weird things. Did I tell you, Austin, that we got hammocks coming?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Austin's been off, and we're working away. And last week we went outside. Me and Elion are shooting hoops, at the basketball thing that we got out the back. And Kat was sitting on the bench, and it's like, it'd be cool. Like, I want to get a big shipping container, like a 40-foot shipping container. And then, it'd be cool. Imagine having stairs up, and we have like a patio on top of it. I'll get like a thing, and we'll get a railing, and we'll get like, we'll put like a barbecue area, and then we'll get like a hut. So if you don't want, the sun, and then we'll have a, 20 feet where you can have lawn chairs, we can suntan and just hang out. And, they're like, oh my God, that'd be cool. Yeah, we'll get a railing and stuff. And sure enough, I get the ladder, I throw it onto the sea can on my neighbors, and I climb up. I'm like, oh fuck, there's ridges in it. Oh, that's okay. Someone could build like a deck on top, and we'll get like fake, that fake grass. It'll be super cool. And that way, imagine we could be just hanging up, or when people come over to the facility during the summer, we could all hang up, yeah. And then it's like, we look up at the roof, and Lord's like, what are you doing, Billy? I'm like, oh, I grab the ladder, open it up, fucking stick it, and I go on the roof, I measure. So I got a 26 by 18 area on the roof. The only thing is I'd need a spiral staircase being made or something. So now I'm actually going to have somebody come on in and take a look to see what it's going to cost to put a fucking 26 or 28 by 18 or 16. I don't know. It's a pretty big, patio up on the roof. Be pretty fucking cool. Just extreme. Like, why not? Like,
Oh yeah.
Because I can. Why not? Because we'll enjoy it. It's just, money is great, but you got to enjoy it, and you got to do things. And I just think it'd be cool where, hey guys, but until then, I think it was Catherine actually. It's like, it'd be cool. Because we were all in the shade, because it was hot and we're shooting hoops, but we have a little area at the back where it has a little, like the carport, it's a sort of like, it's 8 feet by 12 feet. And it's sort of like I don't know, like a roofed in area where you can drive into the facility. And I ran inside, grabbed the measuring tape. It's like, what are you doing? I'm like, fuck, we can actually get, hammocks. So I already ordered them. They should be here like next week. So now we can have hammocks, so we can go outside and just chill out on the hammocks. It'd be pretty cool. So now we'll know where to find Lord Elion. Where the fuck's Lord Elion? Is he in the bathroom? No, where is he? Be fucking chilling and swinging in the hammock. But I don't know. I like doing weird things, and the things that we're doing around here. I mean, it's pretty cool. Austin was here, and he was like, "Oh my God, I haven't been here like in a week, and so many changes." And I like changing stuff and adding stuff, and cool little things here and there. It excites me to always know something's going to be, different and change. You don't want to, and even like, someone's mindset. If you go, even if it's your snake room, you go in, it's the same thing, same rack, same stuff, same animals, 5 years, it's the exact same. Nothing new, nothing crazy, nothing that excites you. It's going to be boring as hell. It's going to feel like a job. You got to, I remember just changing stuff. Remember how excited I was when we had the 3 incubators on the racks, and I'm like, I'm gonna get a 4th one. Imagine coming here, and I was we're gonna have an 8 foot by 8 foot 4 incubators. Oh man, imagine standing here and just looking at an 8 by 8 foot area of incubators. Wouldn't that be sick? And I fucking did it. And you know what? I loved it for like months. I was like, this is the sickest thing. Stupid stuff like that excites me, but you know what? It keeps driving me, keeps pushing me. And I think people need that. At least I know I do. I can't just have the same thing. I don't care how much money I'm making or what's going on. I want to see things change different so that, hey man, this is cool. And it could be the littlest thing. You know, like even having the podcast in here at the facility. It's new. This has never been in here before. So now I got the table and the equipment, and I got the new wallpaper going up and the TV, and you know, I got the new light installed. So I'm excited.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I would be 100%, especially when just getting into a new facility. I have so many things that I could think of to put into it, and I don't have anywhere near like anybody to even help follow up with all that stuff. I just have so many ideas, and I don't know. It's going to end up being one of the best things ever that I've ever done, and I'll get there at some point, and I just can't wait for it.
Yeah, I mean, it is awesome because it's your own space. You get to make it with everything that you want. You know, the space, the different rooms, the different climates. I mean, there's no end. I mean, this room that I'm in now, you know, was the shipping area. Then it was the storage area. Then it was the YouTube. First, it was the YouTube room. I was going to do half YouTube, and I was going to build a wall with glass, and that was going to be the incubator. And then it's like Catherine said, hey, wouldn't this make a better incubator? You know, it's already into the one room. And I'm like, get the measuring tape. I'm like, holy fuck, I can fit all 6. Perfect. So then this room opened up, and it's like, oh, let's do this now. Let's do that. We'll make this a showroom. That way I can sell coconut and all different types of displays and thermostats. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. So, you know, 6 months later, now it's a podcast room. So you can always change and diversify, which is great.
Yeah, if you have an end to what you're thinking about, what you're doing already, I mean, I don't think you're doing it right. I mean, I always have something to think about to change, and I don't think that'll ever change or end.
Yeah. Tyler actually gave a super chat, hyped up reptiles.
Wait till you see what we do.
Yep. I mean, it's so cool. The stuff that's out there, you know, these live streams and stuff, there's so much it's incredible what can be done in animations. And I'm like, oh my God, this is nuts. I'm actually going to have it where you are going to be brought on and you can see what we see on YouTube. You can see the chat. You can see everything. So I want to have it that way through this platform or another one. So that's on the works. So, you know, it's exciting because we've been doing this now almost a year. This is our 46th.
Jeez.
And I think we might have missed 1 or 2. So 52 weeks in a year. You know, fuck. I think we missed 1, maybe 2. So basically, we're almost a year. Like, this is number 46, I believe. Nuts. How we just started, got equipment, and fucking we rolled by the seat of our pants. Now, was it easy? No. We've had so many. Last week. Was it last week or the week before?
Week before.
The week
But I
before.
wasn't there.
Yeah, the week before. The stupid, for some reason, Zoom. Oh, you got 37 minutes. I had to redo it, and while I'm online, we had to do 3 lives because it kicked us off, and then I had to register a new one. Like, I don't know what was going on. It's weird.
Jesus.
But we deal with it, and hey, man, it's everything that we do isn't perfect, and I like that to show people.
Right.
Like, hey, man, guess what? Like, you know, I was 44. So 44 episodes in, Zoom decides to give me a limitation on my guests. Like, what the hell? Why did this all of a sudden happen? So, you know, we learn, we figure it out, and no matter how much, you know, you think about it, or there's always going to be something that you just didn't think about, or, oh my God, why is this happening? I have all my, you know, T's crossed and my I's dotted. How the fuck can this happen? What did I miss? Always something, man. And you know, you see me live all the time. You got to be quick on your tones. You got to make adaptations, you know, and changes and diversify. And that's even in your life, in your collection. You got to be prepared for the worst and roll with it and change it and turn the negative into a positive.
100%.
So, how's your leg doing, bro?
It's okay.
Yeah, he's pretty fucking handy. I got some video of him coming to the facility today and him fucking doing the spinoramas and fucking spins like he was doing some sort of dance. What the fuck? You breakdancing on crutches? Like, what the fuck? So that'll be on Sunday's video, guys, from behind the scenes. Austin's, you know, breakdancing appearance with crutches.
Literally breakdance.
Well, no, but fuck. I mean, it's the closest thing to it. If you really fell down, it would have been breakdancing. Jesus. That's an Antoine joke. You know?
Yeah, and he had plenty of those last night too on
Yeah,
on
well,
Zoom.
so on Wednesday, yesterday, I talked to him in the morning, early afternoon, just before I did the live for Patreon. We recorded our Convos and Coffee interview, and he's the subject. And yeah, you got to pay attention. You know, that'll be Wednesday at 1 p.m. on Acast. You know, Convos and Coffee, Antoine Hood from High Desert Pythons. It's pretty good one, man. I think, you know, he has like the best, I wouldn't say dad joke, but the best. It was good. You got to have a listen, and you're just going to shake your head like I did for 20 minutes going, really? Did I just fucking fall for that? Oh, my God. But Antoine's, he's awesome, man. You know, he'll talk to you so fucking seriously, and then all of a sudden it's like, did you really just say that? Oh, my God. You don't even know what's coming. You know what's coming, but you don't know what's coming. You're expecting it, but you fucking don't even see it coming, even though you're expecting it. Fucking Antoine. Oh, my God. But 2 hours in. We got a little bit longer. What are we talking about? What's something that let's do this. What's something that you don't like in the hobby or the industry that's happening or has happened? You know, besides the shit from, you know, that U.S. ARC is fighting for us and doing, but, you know, just shit that's just you wish wasn't around or wasn't happening, if there is any.
I think you mentioned it before, and it's going to be probably a general term for a lot of people who talk about this and what they don't like, but I'm like a really, really positive person, and it's just kind of unfortunate that a lot of people bring others down or just like message people like behind others' backs and like, oh, did you see what this happened? I can't believe they talk like that. And I just
that'll always happen. It's
yeah, I know. And you know, it's like I just wish that a lot more people were like more positive and just like more understanding that people are so different from others, and it's not always gonna be what you want. And that's 100%. That is definitely the most hated thing for me. Well, I wouldn't say hated, it's just a genuine dislike that like people even have the time to worry about stuff like that. Like, just be a positive person.
Now here's the thing. The thing is with those people, they're too busy dwelling on fucking your things that, you know, that they don't like about you and blah, 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 blah. You know, they think their shit don't stink and they're so fucking perfect and they're on top of the world with their shitty little collection that they have no idea what they're doing, and they're the ones that complain that there's no money in ball pythons and it's oversaturated and blah, 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 blah. You know, you have to be into this clique in order to make it and all this other crap. All the effort that they're putting in on this bullshit negativity, if they use the same amount of effort into learning or changing their mindset or being positive, they would see so much better results for them. Instead of, you know, the thing is because they don't see results, and this is what I really truly believe, because they don't truly see results for them, anything positive, they've got to take somebody else and make them or make themselves feel better by putting them down and talking shit about them or negative, so that it feels like, hey, you know, my shitty situation isn't so shitty because fucking blah, 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 blah. And if you just put that effort into you and wow, man, you know, like, watch what you can do in 2 to 3 years if you give a shit and you try and you listen and you want it bad enough and you learn and you change and you adapt. I mean, I'm trying to learn new things all the time. You know, and I'll see something. I mean, I was looking for something for Patreon, and I saw something, and I watched it, and I'm like, wow. And then now I'm starting to get into a whole different thing, and I'm just like, wow. I would say it inspired me, but it's just like, I'm like, wow, like, you know what? Like, I could have done this years ago. Why didn't I? You know, so instead of shitting on, I mean, now I'm just changing and I'm growing and I'm learning and I'm, you know, I'm going off the normal path that I usually follow. Nothing wrong with going on and off of a path. Just always know that the path, you don't stray so far away from where you really want to go. Nothing wrong with, you know, even slowing down, you know. There's nothing wrong. There's no race to get to the top or to where you want to go. You know, there's a right way and a wrong way. And sometimes, you know, you got to retrace your steps to get back to the, you know, but you got to have an open mind. You know, all these negative people, they waste so much effort on the stupid stuff that it doesn't even affect them. Oh, look what they're doing. Oh, look what she's wearing. Oh, look how she did this. Look what they did. Look at him. Look what he did. It doesn't even affect you. So why do you fucking care so much? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. If you put all that effort into, you know, bettering yourself and what you're doing, instead of worrying about everyone else, you'd fucking be so much of a happier person. And more people would like you, fuckers.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's crazy. So, Austin, what's going on, man?
There was a super chat, but the message got retracted.
You remember what it said?
Something about along the lines of, you have anything cool hatching this season?
Oh, Codex Reptiles, man.
Mm-hmm.
Tri-Straight Unlimited. I hope so. I should have a lot of cool shit. We should have a lot of cool stuff, right, Austin?
Yep. Got some crazy freeway combos this year. Some monsoons, monsoon pieds.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping we hit a lot of the good odds. And I just want to see and show people some of the projects and give people inspiration and motivation to keep pursuing it or adding. You know, same thing what you're going to be doing. Like, I'm sure there's so much Monarch shit that you're not going to be the first one ever to do or stuff.
Oh, yeah, no.
You're going to see people doing it, and you're going to go, fuck, that's awesome. Imagine adding this to it. And it should make you more creative.
So exciting, yeah.
Yeah, and it should make, oh my God, imagine that with Enchi. Oh my God, imagine that super OD version. No, oh, fucking asshole. Oh my God, I'm not going to get that project now because they beat me to it. Like, what the fuck? You guys are morons. People think like that. I just don't get it.
I don't get it either.
You know, when it's good because sometimes, I mean, Austin's really positive. He doesn't talk much because I talk all the time, but he's always positive and a lot of stuff too where, you know, he's like, you know what? Remember last year at the whole facility? I would pull the fucking eggs out. I'd get the camera ready. I got it ready. It's all perfect. He'd have it on the counter. I go get the clutches. I put them on the table and, you know, I'd go away and he'd come back and he'd be writing shit on fucking napkins and paper towel. I'm like, what the fuck you doing? I even caught him like fucking leaning over and talking to the tub. I'm like, dude, what the fuck you doing? Positive energy, man. I'm like, what are you writing down? Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I'll tell you after. And he would write the shit down that he wanted to come out of the clutch. And when we hit, he goes, yeah, I fucking told you. I knew that. I asked it to come. I'm like, what are you talking about? He'd show me the piece of paper. Like, are you fucking serious?
Oh,
you know?
I love that so much.
It's crazy.
I relate to that 100%. I don't talk a lot, and that's a lot of the shit that I do.
Yeah, no, and the thing is like, I think, you know what I mean? Like, when you first think about it, if you don't have an open mind, this guy's a fucking idiot. Why the fuck are you talking to fucking eggs? And what the fuck? Like, if you don't open up your mind, and that came through my head, like, what the fuck? Austin, man, you smoking too much dope, dude. What the fuck you writing shit down and fucking whispering to fucking eggs for? You're fucked, dude. Like, stay off the weed, man. Wow. What are you doing? I'm not here. I got to check the cameras. Like, it went through my head because any normal person would be like, what the fuck's this guy doing? But, like, he explained it. Like, you know what? I'm willing this and I'm doing this. I'm foreseeing and this is what I want. And I'm projecting positivity and good thoughts. And holy fuck, man.
It doesn't hurt anybody.
No, it doesn't. But the thing is, when you think about it, even if it's a coincidence or not, it's positive. Whether it happens or not, what does it fucking hurt? And I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Like, I'm a very positive person, but there's a lot of stuff that I'm negative about, and it pulls me in. I'm like, fuck it. But I mean, little shit like that, someone does something, and I'm just like, fuck, what the hell? And now it's like you won't see me doing it, but I'll be doing it. It's just you won't see me doing it. Like, yeah.
Tell your water, thank you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
man. You got to thank your water, and you got to thank and give blessings
Thank
to
you,
shit.
food.
You know, I mean, but it's weird. But, you know, a year ago when I first saw him, I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Thank God I don't smoke weed. If this is like, what the fuck? But there was a thing behind it. And you know what? I mean, you don't actually have to always do that exact thing. But the mentality behind it, you know, putting out positive energy and thoughts and you know, give blessings to things. I mean, we take so much fucking shit for granted. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, look at your leg. Holy fuck, man!
Oh,
One little
fuck,
fucking thing on your
I
leg.
could walk right now.
Yeah, I mean, we take everything for fucking granted, and I take so much for granted, and I don't even try. It's not like that's the type of person I am. It's just, oh, hey, I'm healthy, I'm hyper, I got energy, I fucking overwork. I could fucking fall down with a heart attack because of stress because I put myself through stress every single day. But you know what? Until that happens, I ain't gonna change. But when it does, I mean, I've you know, I don't know if anyone knows, but I have an ulcer. I have
Hernia.
and I mean, I probably have ulcers too. Yeah, hernia. Thanks, Austin. I can't even explain what's wrong with me right now. I got an ulcer. No, it's called a hernia, Billy. Oh yeah. So I've had it for probably 5 months at the old facility, and then it started getting worse where it came out like almost the size of a baseball, and I have to keep pushing it back in. And I went and got ultrasound, and they're like, yeah, I was supposed to have surgery April the 29th. But because of COVID, you know, so yeah, I mean, it's getting worse and worse, but you don't see me slowing down. I was still carrying racks, doing stuff. I mean, you know, hopefully I don't fall to the ground and you know, but eventually something's going to happen. And I should have said, hey, you know what? I should have taken a little easier. I should have breathed easier. I should have, you know, I should have did this. I should have done that. And I do got to start caring about my health. I mean, my eyes are going. I'm fucking 51. You know, I'll still go out like a champ, but I mean, I wake up, it's like, oh my God, my back, my legs. But I mean, even Austin, man, so young, fucking around football, playing around, cool, just landed the wrong way or, you know, twisted and holy shit, man, the guy can't walk. I mean, it's just fucking struggle. And, you know, he can't do what he, you know, would do on a regular basis. He can't drive his fucking car, you know, but it's pretty cool being chauffeured around.
People drive so slow though.
Oh, I know. It's like that's one thing is fucking I hate being driven around because you don't drive like me. I'm like, what the fuck you doing? Like, I'm the worst front seat driver in the world. You know what I mean? But
I'm the same way with the health issues. Like I'm like deathly allergic to my rodents, but just because my snakes need them, I go to an allergist once a week to get immunotherapy and shots done just to be able to run that part of the business. Like,
yeah, I
hard.
mean, you know, we really do take a lot for granted, and but I mean, it's awesome how, like, you know, with Austin, I mean, just stuff like that, I see and I look into stuff, and you know, there's some stuff that I hear about or I see and I look into, and I'm like, you know, that just, you know, I can see it, but it just ain't for me. It doesn't mean you have to go do everything. Like, oh, hey, I got to do this. I got to meditate for an hour. I got to do fucking yoga. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to go to, you know, a Buddhist monk and stay there for 6 months because, no, I mean, you can take things too far, but you don't have to do everything. But if you see something that you enjoy, or it's like, hey, you know what? Let me do this. Let me take 5 minutes to meditate or breathe or put positive stuff on paper. And I mean, you know, you can't knock it till you try it. But I mean, it's just sort of awesome, some of the stuff I've learned from Austin and different things, and just, you know, Google searching different shit, like, you know, what is happiness, to be happy. And I mean, talking with, you know, Black Sun Reptiles, you know, Rodney? Yeah.
Rodney.
But when I say, hey, talking to Rodney, people are going to go, who? You know, that's why you say the business name, right? So, you know, Black Sun Reptiles, I mean, he studies this and stuff, and it's like, it was really cool. That was last week's episode. And it was really cool, some of the stuff and the findings behind. I mean, it is really, really cool. And you know, my happiness is different than yours and everyone else's. I mean, you know, there's different expectations of happiness and different ways to get it and to fulfill it. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, how do you know when you're truly fully happy? I mean, is there such thing? I don't know, but I mean, it's pretty cool.
I watched through that episode twice just because I liked what he was saying about it, and it was really good points of what he made about how people can feel, and you can't always just expect it to be 100% one way or 100% the other way.
Yeah, I mean, stuff like that. I mean, if you dig deeper and think, I mean, just it has to be black and white. No, it doesn't. I mean, you know, I mean, there's so much to learn, and it's great because when I open up my mind and let me experiment and look at this and look at that, and let me see this, and you watch, and some stuff it's like and same thing. There's motivational people that will talk, and I'm like, oh fuck, I can't stand another word from this person.
Yeah.
You know, but then another one is like, oh cool. So same thing. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, man. I'm hyper. I talk a lot. You know, besides, you know, if I can get a word in with Austin, but you know what I mean. It's
or me.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing. It's I am what I am. I am who I am, and you either love me or hate me. And I'm not trying to do this to make people love me. I'm just doing it because I like doing it, and I think you know, a lot of people do get benefits of what we do, and I can showcase people like yourself and other people. And I mean I think it's awesome, and especially now, like, you know, oh my God, you did how many clutches last year? like, wow, and it's great seeing you here. When you've had 4, 5, 6 years of experience, not like, oh yeah, Billy had some girl on, yeah, she, you know, had some money, she bought all this collection, yeah, it's her first year, she did like 16 clutches, boo-hoo, wow, wham. Yeah. No, man, she's got fucking, you know, she knows what she's doing, she's got a game plan, she's got a facility fucking coming, like, you know what I mean? Like, she's, you know, she's got her, you know, her work in, you know, she's been in the trenches, she knows, now she's coming out and like, watch what she can do.
Oh yeah, watch me.
Yeah, and it's great because, you know what, you're going to do stuff. You can do stuff this year and next year. You've probably done stuff that I can't even do because I don't have the shit. And that's what's crazy. Here's a person that maybe, you know, some people know are just coming out. I've been doing this for 20 years. My collection's 10 times the size of yours, and you can do shit that I can't within the next 2 or 3 years. You can do it now. You know, I'll probably be buying shit from you in order to make some of the shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean. People are like, oh, you can never compete with the big breeders.
That's the good part of this industry, though. Yeah.
It's like, the stupidest thing.
Gonna have their thing.
Yeah, everyone that talks, when you hear the shit that comes out that's negative, you think of it as like, that's so wrong. You know, it happens all the time. You know, no, you're wrong. You know what that is? It's an excuse because you don't want to fucking pursue or get better or learn or put the work in or be positive. You'd rather shit on the hobby and everyone else. Well, everyone else that's doing it the right way, fucking, it's like, hey, dude, who's that guy? Oh, that chirper? I don't know. Is he still around anymore? Like, fucking, you know, don't let these people bother you, man. Just keep moving.
Yep.
Got another super chat.
Cuddle time, critters.
Yep. I should be getting my ultrasound tomorrow.
Sick.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she messaged me probably a few weeks ago and was having some issues because her bank couldn't send a money wire without certain criteria. So it was awesome enough to send her to someone else that was able to get one and help her out. So that's amazing. I'm so happy for you. Yes. Yes.
That's exciting. I can't wait to get one. I absolutely can't wait.
That's awesome. So I think someone before, it might even have been Zach, you have other animals. What other shit you have besides the ball pythons? Colubrids?
Colubrids. I have boas. I have indigos. Sunbeams, false water cobra. I have tortoises.
You got a whole zoo
rodent,
over there.
Black-capped kite.
A what?
It's a bird.
Oh, I was gonna say like what? What? Okay, no wonder I didn't know. I'm not into birds. Chad would know.
I'm not huge into birds, but he just
speaking of that, he said a shout out. I mean, he just did a super chat.
Richie's Recessive. Shout out to a few: Bridget, David, Max, Christy, Hardy, Megan, Kenny, Boop, Luke, Zach, and the rest of the Monday Night crew. Paul too. Yeah,
so the bird is called a what? A black-capped
Kike.
Pike?
Kike.
Tyke.
Caique. Yeah.
Oh,
something like that.
psych, kikes, keek, hike.
Kike. Yeah. Yeah. They're really loud.
What are they? What type of bird is it? Like, is it a small one? Is it a singing bird?
Yeah, they're really heavy-bodied parrots. They don't have a really long tail, but they're mostly green, black, and white, and orange. Yeah.
They loud and noisy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I've never got into is birds.
Yeah, I don't think I could have them anywhere in a facility. Like, I'd have to keep them at home. That would drive me nuts. Yeah. When I'm cleaning animals, he'll hear me like walk by, and then I'll just go nuts. And he'll follow me around the house. He loves just to walk behind me all the time, and he'll kind of sit up on the racks and watch down when I'm doing stuff. He's pretty well behaved until he screams. It's kind of like having a kid. It's great birth control for me right now. Constantly having a 3-year-old run and follow behind me and bite my ankles, and yeah.
Crazy. You used to have a bird, didn't you, Austin?
Never.
Oh, I thought you had a.
I think Elias did.
Oh yeah, I think one of you did.
Yeah, not me.
I don't know, man. They just.
Too much chirping, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Or they're in their cage and they flutter. Like, oh my God. It drives me nuts. You know, in my case, I'd open it up to change the water or put stuff in it. It would fucking fly out, and I'd be chasing it around trying to get it down with a broom without trying to injure it. And fucking 5 hours later, I'm like, fuck this. Fuck you, bird. Have the whole house. I'm out of here. I got shit to do. You know? Then I come back and my house is all fucking shit all over the place. And the only place he would shit on is any place that I would sit or lay. It just, like, nowhere else. That's just how it would work.
Yeah.
I could just see it. You know? Fuck, anyways. 5 minutes left in the third, 2-0. Oh, my God. Oh, well. Hopefully I get to see them, you know, win in my lifetime. The last time was 1967.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. It's not a pretty sight. I can't believe it. We were up 3-1. We lose 3 games straight. Unreal. Oh, well. You can't always win. Oh, well.
That's right.
That sucks. Well, we're going to give a shout out to Venom Life.
Oh, yeah, for sure. One of my bestest buds in the industry, Brent Schultz, and Get Hooked, Woody, Chris Woodcock. His last name is very redundant.
Now, how many other people are there that, you know, have inspired you or been mentors to you or, you know, have you know, made a big impact on you in the industry to where you are now?
I did a lot of this, like I wasn't able to be so like fully accessible with people close to me at all being down here. I mean, even being on the Texas-New Mexico border, Texas is so big, you can't get over to certain people. So just like friends, especially Brent has been there for me. Ryan McVeigh has been a big person in my life too. Woody, all kinds of friends. I look up to all the women in the hobby, of course, and especially lately, being able to talk to them so closely through Chris's Zoom calls and random episodes. It's just, I'd say any of the OG people have always been somebody to look up to, but I did a lot of it just by watching almost everybody. So,
yeah, and that's the thing is there's so much information out there that, you know, you could watch something that I say and out of an hour get something in 4 minutes. That's a game changer. You can watch someone, Brian Barczyk or Justin or anyone else, even someone new. I mean, I was amazed when Will Morose from Royal Canadian Reptiles shared Adam the little thing that he did with the eggs. Hey, Austin?
The little like patches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that? So basically what happened is when you tear eggs or I separate my eggs. I don't know if you do, but I always separate my eggs and I put them in, you know, it was easy hatch. Now I'm dragon hatch trays. So I separate the eggs. But sometimes when you do it, you tear it. And I always have a bit of Scotch tape. I just pat it dry and I, you know, take a little tiny piece and just pop it on and just leave it. And you know, 99% of the time it goes. And Will went over and he's like, what the hell's that in your incubator? And he has a little deli cup of water and he took some old eggs after they hatch and he cut them in like circles, like little, almost like, you know, the bracelets that you'd put on. So they're basically like, you know, 3/4 of an inch thick, but he cut them in circles. So you could actually put them on your wrist or whatever, but that's not what he did. He put them in the water and Will was like, what the hell is that for? He goes, oh, so if I ever have a torn egg, I just take it and he slides it on and then he just cuts it. So he uses the eggshell to go over. And I'm just like, whoa, my God. Like, I think everybody who watched it was just so fucking mind blown.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy fuck, this is crazy. You know what I mean? And it's just one little thing that you watch. And that one little thing, we haven't done it yet, but I'm sure it's going to be like the newest thing to do from here on in forever. You know, it's pretty cool. It's free. It's there. It doesn't, you know, but it's sick. You know, and you can gain so much from just, you know, even if it's a little thing. You take that and roll with it, and you'll see how that one little tiny 5 or 4 minutes or 2 minute segment that changed 5 years later, what it's done for you.
Right.
You know? Here we have another one, and then we'll wrap it up.
We got Codex Reptiles, Tri-State Unlimited. Shoutouts to Sick With It Ball Pythons, the Kundalini Serpent, High Desert Pythons, 212 Exotics, Bads Reptiles, Precious Pythons, and
Cornet Constrictors.
Cornet Constrictors.
Mr. Cornet. So cool, man. But you see how so many people shell people out. I mean, it's so awesome. You know, it is pretty damn cool. Yeah. But no, that's good that, you know, you've had people there and you know, it's just great to see that, you know, 6 years in, like it's 6 years in roughly, right?
Yeah.
So 6 years in, you're finally, you know, getting out of your comfort zone and doing a little of this, but you have a lot of things that people can relate to. You know, one, you know, people can, hey, Billy, being a woman in this industry, how do you deal with, I don't know, I can't answer that. So we need a lot of women, you know, in this industry to come out and talk and the new generation or more women coming in or the kids coming up, right. You know, you can answer questions that I definitely can't because I'm not a woman, you know, so it's great that, you know, more women are coming out and doing this type of platform because then people can see you and go, oh, hey, they'll reach out to you. And I hope the more you do, you're going to have people reach out and start following right. you and then, you know, see what you're doing. And then, hey, you know, I've been watching you for 6 months and blah, 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 and have a question or, hey, can I get into this? And it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And the more you do, you know, because, you know, we got 113 people watching now. And you know, by the end of the week, we usually have about 2,000 people that'll watch this. Doesn't mean, you know, you can go on someone else's and one of those 2,000 that, you know, or someone that wasn't one of those 2,000 will watch. So I think it's important to keep doing this. I think you did great tonight, you know, or excelente, you know.
I'm going to spoil your night.
At least lost.
It's 3-0.
Oh well. It's over.
Oh
well. See, at least I was here having fun, enjoying it, than sitting there fucking screaming at a TV like a fucking maniac. You fucking life suck, man. Why? Come on. But anyways, it is what it is. There's always next year. You know, but it does suck. Thanks everybody out there. Thanks Paul for keeping it up and Lane. 2 minutes left. 3-0. We are officially toast. We are done. Bye-bye, Leafs. Zach's, hey, do you have anything available for sale right now?
He was pushing me, so yeah, I'm actually getting 2 female single gene monarchs ready to be sold, and a male male monarch posset genetic stripe. And I have a ton of the possets from my clutch that I had to put head to head because my female wouldn't go to my monarch, and so I'm gonna be posting a lot of that in the next few days of what I have available, and I have a lot more to go.
Awesome. Good to hear.
So if anybody needs any single gene monarchs, I have a couple.
So you're obviously up on Morph Market?
Yep.
Awesome.
Morph Market. I have my own website too. I need to update that really bad, but that's gonna go up in the next few days too.
Cool. No, it's awesome, man. I'm glad to see. You know, it's great when Zach. I mean, I've always seen you. I mean, I was a friend of you on Facebook. I wasn't following you on Instagram. I guess I don't know if you don't post. I didn't even check.
I wasn't huge on Instagram for a little bit, but I was with my personal page. I think I was up to 15,000 followers at one point, and kind of got off of it for a bit to focus on the snakes, and then that went down, and then the snakes are going up. So I'm focusing more on doing that and getting that up there.
Good. Yeah. And that's the thing is like, seeing you out there because, when I was on one of Chris's lives and I saw you, I'm like, okay. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm already following her. And, I looked at some of your pictures. I'm like, cool. And then I didn't even know your business name or anything like that. And then, seeing you more and more. And now you're on, our podcast or our live stream, with help of Zach and other people. But you got to put yourself out there, even if it's, a little bit out of your comfort zone. You got to get out there. You got to post. You got to be present. You've got to be a part of the community. And it's great to be a part. It's not like, oh, fuck, I got to be a part of this community. Oh, my God, this is work. No, man, it's fucking fun. You meet friends. You do this. You get into chats. And, it's super cool and exciting. But, I'm glad that I had you on. I mean, it's great. I think you're going to do awesome. I think you're, definitely on the right path with, what you've done, where you're going, because you have a game plan. And I love hearing that you're looking at a facility and going bigger. And like, it's just awesome, man. It's great.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be big. I promise.
That's what she said. No, that doesn't even work. See? Fucking Billy. Oh. But anyways, before you go, we ask every guest, and out of 40, I don't think we did it from the beginning, did we?
No, it was like maybe 20 guests.
20 in. So we've got about, we ask every guest at the end to say EAD Chad.
Why? I'm just kidding. Just straight up, just EAD Chad.
Or you can, don't even have to use the abbreviations. Brian Barczyk didn't. A few people didn't. But you can go EAD, or you can, use the big words, whatever.
EAD Chad.
Ba-boom. Oh, we actually scored? 3-1 Montreal. Kenny from Buckeye Morph says, Miri is amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, Boa Fiction says, yeah, she'll do it. Yeah. That's awesome. No, Chad's another guy that's awesome. I had him on probably 3-4 weeks ago. Why? Mm-hmm. No, he's another guy that's awesome. And speaking of awesome, Austin, in the next day or so, he just sent in a bunch of pics on Patreon for us to ID.
Oh yeah.
And Mr. Brian Urban has 2, I think, in the next day or so, if you can.
I'll get to it.
Yeah.
Awesome. I need to do it. I can't log in on my phone, so.
Oh, I got to reset it up for you or something.
Yeah.
You should be able to do it from your computer.
I'll try.
Fucking Austin. As Zach says, great job, Miri. Killed it.
Thank you. Such a brat.
Everglades Exotic. Let's get more girls on here. Yeah. Well, don't forget, like the month of March, I had like 4 women. So yeah, but definitely gonna, change it up a bit, and you women keep doing what you're doing. You guys are gonna be outsourcing us men. Yeah, you're gonna be taking over. Fuck, I feel it already. Yeah, everyone's saying amazing. This live was amazing. Cool. Thanks, Max from Interstellar. But no, you guys are awesome. Sal from House of Gaia's great live, which is awesome. It's
So
awesome.
thank you guys so much for the support. It means the absolute world to me. And I love that everybody was messaging me before getting on and saying good luck. And it's
amazing,
means
right?
more than you all know. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean it's the little things like that that I mean like it just means so much, and it just keeps pushing you forward. And I mean, it's just, you know, we all got to be, you know, even myself. I mean, we can always be more positive and more helpful and more, you know, less critical of others. And I mean, it's hard because, you know, it's like, you know, it's also your state of mind. If you're in a bad fucking mood, anything else that comes, you're going to fucking just, you know, you're going to be on edge and shitty. You got to get out of that, you know, talk to your eggs. Hey, Austin?
Tell my females if they don't eat, I tell them I love them.
Yeah, he does. He fucking does. I love you. I love you. Yeah. It's sounds crazy, man, but you know what? Don't knock it till you try it.
Exactly.
You just won't see me saying it on camera anywhere. You know, I'll just be, what are you doing, Billy? Nothing. But no, man, be positive, you know, put good things out into the universe. You know that you're better than where you are today. You can do this. You're not, nothing's easy. But if you really want something and you're willing to fight for it and work towards it and learn and get better and take it on the chin and you know, you get knocked down, you stand back up and you keep going, it's worth it. I've been there. You know, my journey to get to where I am today, you know, there's a lot of stuff that people don't know. I mean, there's a lot and you know, everyone always shares the good stuff. There's a lot of bad, you know, but without good and bad, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I wouldn't be so dedicated. I mean, I'm here and I'm the person I am today because of my past. And, you know, if you want something bad enough and you believe in yourself, you can do whatever you want. You know, some of it's going to be easy. Some of it's going to be hard. You know, if you have something you want bad enough, you can achieve it. It's just you got to find the right way and the right path to get there. So, everyone have an amazing night. Even though my Leafs lost, I'm still positive. There's always next year. But why? Yeah, it was nice seeing you today, Austin, too.
It was nice to go there.
Yeah, man. And see some of the crews like, oh my God, look. And you saw the new cage set up for Drake. She's actually here now in the podcast room. And yeah, things are starting to come around here. So it's cool. But it was exciting, you know. It's, you know, he came in after 2 weeks and it's like, oh my God, we're actually a week, just over a week because he came in for Rats last week. And wow, so much has changed. And it's like, it's crazy. I love it. Wait till you come in next time. Oh, actually, you're coming tomorrow. Fuck.
Yeah.
Don't forget, ultrasound tonight. Bring it back.
I will.
Don't break your other leg. Don't work too hard. Get some rest.
I will.
See you tomorrow. What time are you coming in? Early afternoon?
Yeah, probably like 1 or 2.
Cool, man. We'll be here. I'm out of here by 3:34.
I'll be there before that.
Awesome. Good night, Miri. It was awesome to have you.
Bye.
Keep
Yeah,
doing what
thank
you're doing. And, I mean, you know, you're already doing it. So, you know, it's awesome. Keep it up. You know, whatever's gotten, you know, you to where you are now, keep doing it and keep pushing forward. And it's all worth it, man. Trust me. It's just, it's, you know, I can't wait to see. So once the borders come down, I can fly. You should have, you know, within the year, you have this new fucking amazing facility up and running. I'll come down there and we'll film.
Yes.
Do all types of different cool shit.
Absolutely.
So make some awesome fucking Monarch shit so that we can all say, yeah, fuck, I should have did that a year ago. I should have, I you know. And we'll do the same thing with the ultramel. We're already doing it, so. We're going to have the ultramel fucking Monarch War.
Fine with me.
It's awesome. But no, I'm glad you're, you know, found something that you're really excited about and working with and so heavily. And yeah, I can't wait to see what you and other people are do with it. And I definitely do think it's a great project. And, you know, you ready, guys? We out. Bye. Thanks for coming on, Miri.
Thank you.
My channel. My channel. My content. My channel. My content. My channel. My content. You're not frozen, Austin. Stop.